And welcome to Shazman Campaign 2, Episode 7. How are they not dead yet?
Woo!
We're 7 episodes in.
I'm very curious about that question though, Alex. How are we not dead yet?
We've tried.
How do we make it to level 4? I don't
Magic.
know.
With a
Literally
lot
magic.
of effort.
Are we
Do you
level 4?
believe?
Yeah, we're level 4.
Yeah,
The
you're level 4.
magic.
You guys have been level 4.
Alright. You didn't know that we're level 4?
Let's say, are you still level 3?
It still says level 3.
Check
I
your
know
D&D.
mine is. I just
Check your
used
D&D
it.
Beyond sheet, see if it's level 4 there, and then see what your HP should be at if that's the case.
Okay.
Mine was just I had to just change it from a 3 to a 4 up on the top page.
Why do you have 4
Alrighty.
temporary HP, Lipia?
Because she's magic.
Due
Duh.
to something that someone gave me.
Last session, which means you've had a long rest,
Yeah.
so those temp HP is gone.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yep.
So I'll sort that out in a minute.
Anyways. Jesus Christ, my throat.
Oh god.
Alright, check your HP for me real quick before we begin.
Yeah, I'm doing it now, my good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at the HP I should be. It's 27, so yeah. I'm at
Okay, you're good
27.
then. For some reason that just didn't parse. Okay, we're good then.
Okay.
So,
Funny.
got no announcement, so are you guys ready to hop into a session?
Yeah. Let's
Thumbs
do it.
Definitely not, but when has that ever stopped us?
You know, this has never been ready.
I am Groot.
Alright
Let's
then.
do this.
When last we left the wolf pack. Sorry. Okay, one second. I actually gotta clear my throat.
Down
Okay,
there,
take
yeah,
your
my
time.
throat, banana. Hammers and pain. Hope you don't mind.
Alrighty. Alrighty, I'm good.
Alright.
Way.
When last we left the wolf pack. Oh, my bad. Wrong one. My bad. That's later.
Oh shit.
Oh, no.
When last we left the wolf pack, Omen, the tiefling warlock, Anya, the wolf beastkin barbarian, Armin, the devilish Azamar ranger, Celica,
Yeah.
the fawn druid, Lipia, the Inugami rogue, and Roderick, the Goliath fighter. The party had delved further into the sewers in order to fight the Yellow Jackets and the necromancer they had with them in order to regain the Hat of Disguise that belonged to a doppelganger, leader of the smuggling crime ring, the Silent Whispers. After a dungeon crawl through the sewers and an encounter with many undead in there, the party found the necromancer, known as the Gravedigger, a drow of great power. After a combat where they successfully got the hat and Celica almost fell, the Gravedigger escaped, claiming he'll have to speed up his plans. Before they left, the party recovered a journal, and they had Ethan decode it, who, upon reading it, found that the Gravedigger was planning on creating an undead from the dead body of King Charles Morwood's brother, Benjamin Morwood. Before the last page of the journal, however, said burn as it blew up, and you all began to hear screams as undead roamed the city streets. Oh, you guys met the king.
Yep.
Yeah, we met the king.
Met
So-
boy.
Wolfpack. Ethan is burned, but he managed to pass his save, so he avoided the worst of it. You guys are currently in the home of the fallen and forgotten. It is in the early AM. It is not even sunrise yet. You hear screaming outside. The sounds of chaos. What do you do?
I like to think we all just look at each other for a second and then just fucking dart out.
Yeah. We've got to help the citizens. This is bad.
He said he knew where the king is buried. King's brother is buried. I know where that is.
Can you
On.
take us to us? Can you
Go.
take us there?
Yes, I believe I will be able to.
I prefer not to try and fight something on with the power like that. Let's go.
All right, you guys run out, charging out in the distance as you guys see the city, not in flames, but citizens are running. Undead are following. Knights, as you see passerby knights doing their best, but they seem to be only holding off the hordes of undead.
Oh, God.
As you guys run, you hear in the distance, "Come at me, you crouch shites! I'll take you all on!" As you're walking by, you see guarding civilians on Slowsome is the Dwarven Knight. The Dwarven Knight Thogrom fighting what seems to be 4 skeletons and four zombies fast approaching him. Citizens are fleeing behind him. He seems to be holding his own well enough, but the numbers are not in his favor.
Should we help him?
I get the feeling that my friend is in danger.
I would like to go help.
Well, here's
Let's
the map.
go help him.
Here's the map.
And then,
Oh, yay!
aw,
mean-
look,
I
we're all
mean-
the way in the back.
Omen would practically be insistent that they help.
Oh yeah, we should, because that's not good.
Yeah, we've got to help. But
You guys run towards. Do any of you try to approach this? Stealth is not really much of an option here. You'll roll with disadvantage if you're trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, that's the
yeah,
technically,
fuck
I
it.
roll-
Honestly, at this point,
technically I roll straight because I have Cloak of Elvenkind, so
Yeah, but it's still going to
Just
be
run
pretty
at 'em and-
hard with all the
Yeah,
chaos
but
going on. It's
still-
going to be
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well,
Yeah.
no point rolling for stealth. We've got to kill
It's
the
our-
all right,
bastard.
everyone, roll for initiative.
Ha! God damn it!
15.
Why am I so terrible at this?
Because you have a low dex.
I know, but still.
What the fuck?
Oh God, I'm gonna be the last person to go again.
I mean,
Oh, isn't that usual with you, Roderick?
It seems so, because I can't roll good on initiative.
you
ever.
have a low dex, man. It's just.
I
Hey,
I
here's
know,
a tip.
but
Here's the tip: train with some of the more observant party members to be more alert and grab the alert feat.
uh,
I've told him that. I was like, dude, give yourself the alert feat. It helps.
I mean, what are you? You're a fighter, right? You get more ability score improvements than the rest of us put together, so you have no reason not to scoop that up.
true.
Anya can definitely teach you how to do that.
Yeah, Olivia could help.
Add
good
another
topic.
match. I think we should help the
Yeah.
dwarf dude.
Time out,
Topic
everyone.
for another time.
Time out, everyone. We're teaching our friend how to be more alert. Oh, okay.
He's like, hey, stop trying to kill us.
Either roll twice on initiative.
I saw. I'll fix it. I'll go with the lower one just to be
Because
fair.
Ethan gets to go twice. Cause he's
Alright.
He does not get to go twice, and he's only on the initiative count once, so that's all that matters.
oh God, no.
Now,
You
Okay,
guys
the first
ready?
one.
We're down
The
here.
first one was a 15, so that's good.
Good job for me. Program.
Oh,
That's
well,
how you spell it.
that
Hey!
Well, good news. You're not going last.
We both rolled nat ones.
Despite the fact you claim you have no dex, you have more dex than this guy.
Yeah, because I have +1. See, it's not that I have bad decks. It's just
You
I
do.
can't roll worse. That'll bite me.
Technically,
Yeah.
technically he doesn't have bad dex. Bad dex is negative.
Don't have
1.
to. I got zombies for that.
Exactly. Don't let those zombies better roll nat ones. All of them. I
Don't
commanded
like
to be.
a -2 to their initiative or something silly.
Something along those lines, yeah.
I commanded
I
to
don't know.
exist. I guessed the numbers last time. Damn it.
Yeah, they have a -2. -1.
Yes. Suck it, zombie.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Is he even
wow.
allowed to be on the turn order?
Yes, he
Don't
is.
know.
Oh god, well those two
Those
did
other
good.
ones rolled really well.
Yeah.
One of them's actually going ahead of me. That's impressive.
Well, we also. Oh, most of them. Only one of them is not going ahead of me.
Mhm.
2 people are going to
Alright,
be
there.
behind
That's
me.
better.
And there's also skeletons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
By the way,
Copyright,
don't let
copyright.
don't let the
Ah!
don't let the map fool you. It is dark out.
Fair enough.
But it
Pretty
looks
Yeah.
sure
so
most
bright.
of us can see, though.
Pretty sure most of us have dark vision.
If not all of
Hey.
us.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, I
Don't have dark
should.
vision.
If they
Even
don't,
the-
You don't have dark vision?
No, I
even
do
the-
not.
Even
You have a
the
rune.
human. Even the
No, I
human.
can't use that rune yet.
yep. All right.
Wait, the
Alex
skeleton
already-
has more dex
Yeah,
than me?
I'm moving it. It just
Yuri,
it
Alex
does it
already
automatically.
No,
specified me
I
as
have
Bella
more dex
Tasmar.
than that skeleton.
Okay,
I
one
should
second.
go first.
One second. What happened, Fury? What?
It was
even,
like
the, even the quote-unquote human has
He's talking
dark
about me.
vision.
Yeah, I've
Talking
already
about me, but I
clarified.
already
I've already
specified. He already
clarified.
clarified me as
I already
Bella
clarified him in
Tasmar.
the interest of devilish ASMR. So,
Yep.
Anya, you're up first. There are 4
Oh.
zombies in front of you.
Ah, well. That's fine. I mean, I'll just go over here.
Poke it with your stick.
I'm gonna poke it with my stick. I'll rage first.
Okay, Rage. Are you going to
That's
reckless?
my bonus, and then no.
25 hits.
Well, there is technically one more person I forgot to roll for.
Ooh.
That's
16
Nice.
points, 18 points of damage. Sorry, I can't count.
You
today.
stab into his chest pretty good, but he's still up.
oh god.
Okay.
It's, nom nom
These
nom.
are chungy. Well, that's my turn. Because I
Don't get
used
any-
my bonus.
wow, he rolled a 20. Sly rolled a 20 on his initiative. Jesus.
He did not select his token.
Dun,
Swear
dun.
I did.
Wait. Why? Okay, why do you have a 20 as Omen? Why are you not up there?
I don't know. Probably because I accidentally had Omen. I accidentally had Omen selected. I rolled a 15 on Omen.
Okay, where the...
I must have just accidentally had Omen selected when I rolled for the regular.
Okay, let's change that.
That's my bad. I'm still getting used to having a pet that rolls its own initiative.
Yeah.
Oh,
That should have done it.
I had a pet owlbear, but
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
makes
like
sense.
There.
He's on the side's on the turn order now.
Yep.
He
Alright,
goes-
we're gonna go with... I'll be
You're the-
kind and give you the 20. Because that is my ruling. It's whatever is done first. Alrighty, Anya, that is your turn. It's now Skeleton turn. He's gonna erupt the thorn and he's gonna try and hit him.
Don't touch beautiful baby boy.
Beautiful! I will cut your dick off and shove it up your arse!
But you're
Alright,
You're
that
beautiful.
misses Thorin. He swings, but Orin is able to parry with his great sword. So it is now Sai's turn.
The Raven is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
How high up in the air is it?
35. He's going to this square. That square. Stupid
Mhm.
thing. And he is probably about 10 feet in the air because he would have taken off from my shoulder, and I'm around 5 or 6 foot, so he wouldn't have taken him much to get up. And he is going to stand there and provide the help action for the first person who wants to attack this zombie.
Alright, it's now
The
Celica's
Raven
turn.
can do that. The Raven can do that
Celica's gonna
You
run
can-
up and attack with advantage.
because of Sai being a distraction.
Yes.
kill it
Sai's
with fire.
amazing.
Yeah, but you just put it next to zombies.
The zombie's like, ooh, dinner.
Basically.
It's magically delicious.
Alright.
Chicken.
13 hits. They take 9 points of damage.
Eat.
As Zelica, like, puts the sickle out and shocks them a little bit, but they are very much still up. Alright, that is Celica's turn. It is now the zombie's turn. The zombie's gonna run up and attack Sai.
I'm surprised that that the zombie and Lipia both go before me. I have a dex of 4.
They probably should have gone. Then you should have gone first. I'll change that next round.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah, hey, look, it did by-
do
I
it
don't
on
know.
this round.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is a natural 19 to hit Sai.
It is gonna hit and it's gonna kill.
He
Yeah,
he
Sai was
slams
at the
into
end.
Sai, and the pie just poofs out of existence.
He's doing his job.
He's gonna run at Talipia, but that is all he
Oh,
can
God.
do.
Also,
That-
Or my bad,
I'm gonna-
Celica. Yep, Lipia, it's your turn.
I have advantage on that
Okay,
one now because he killed
Sophia's
Sai.
going to. Right, I'm going to run 5. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30. And stabby on this man with the psychic blades.
Roll attack. Now you have an ally within 5 feet of you, roughly. Oh boy!
now-
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh hey cameo! Oh hi cameo from Tythel.
Anya, you take 14 points of psychic damage.
Oh,
Ow!
What
Oh.
the hell?
not my fault!
Also,
Lydia!
You hear a whimper. She goes,
That's when you just stepped on her tail.
You have a bonus action attack, and I'm gonna change it on your sheet so that way you don't auto roll damage.
Like
Wait,
5
that I
psychic
do
damage
or-
that time.
Uh,
that I do or that I don't.
so that you don't. So that way you can like,
Okay.
yeah, because I know that's
Thank-
kind of what I prefer. All right,
Yeah, thank you.
don't auto roll. Okay, it's changed. We'll work on that later. For now, 21 hits. They suffer 2 points of psychic damage. Remember, you don't have the dual thing. So,
Yeah, no. Not yet, anyway.
alrighty. So, you now. All right, that is your turn. Armin, it is now your turn.
Move right here, and I'm gonna shoot at this zombie that she just attacked.
Pew 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 pew.
19.
19 hits,
Alright, it's gonna take 7 piercing as
and it
well
has.
as
Yep.
2 damage from Colossus Slayer. I have not I did not Hunter's Mark it.
No,
I
you did not.
specify it, and I'm gonna be saving that for the moment.
Omen, it is now your turn.
Right, this is gonna move. She's gonna summon her pack blade and move 5, 10, 15, 20, and stab it with advantage because it killed.
My
Sai.
blood. My baby
Oh, your
bird.
poor bird has suffered. How
Hey,
many
it
times
has
did
18
I go?
hits.
It has a mind of its own. What can I say?
It's died.
Except for the part where you
Command
control
it.
it.
You control it.
Yeah. All
Not
right.
in-
You deal what should be a finishing blow to it, but it's still moving.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course,
God.
it's got undead resilience.
Of course it does.
Mhm.
Christ.
I'll just stay back here, guys. Don't worry.
All right. This zombie's gonna move up and attack you, Lipia.
I like how you
Alright.
assume I don't have a bonus action, but you're right, I don't.
I know you don't.
I do have one, but I'm choosing not to use it right now.
I think that is gonna be a 7 hit to you, Lipia.
That misses.
He tries to slam into you, but you move out the way just in the nick of time. It's now Ethan's turn. Ethan is still previously hurt. No one has helped him yet, so he's gonna
Yeah.
move up. And he's gonna try and stab. He's gonna make his first attack against this guy with his spear.
Okay.
Whoops.
Okay,
Come on, Ethan. Hit it.
that hits.
Yay.
That hits. Also, why is your spear attack deleted? I mean, I know the stats for it, but still.
Do that.
Alright. That is going to be
Alright.
12 points of damage. So he stabs into this creature, but it's still up.
I'm going to use my reaction and stab it.
Okay?
It was this one right here, right?
Yeah. That one.
I'm going to stab it. Oh, never mind.
That hits.
Oh yeah, zombies are terrible, isn't it?
What?
It's a zombie. They don't have
It-
high AC.
Well, actually, they have the base AC of 10 because they're not wearing any armor, but they have -2 dex.
Yep.
Alright, there we go. So, 11 points of damage.
As you stab into it, you cleave off its arm, but it's still up.
Oh my god.
I roll a natural 20 outside
Undead
dead
is it?
fortitude.
Undead fortitude, little bitch.
Undead fortitude.
Major bitch.
Where's radiant damage when you need it?
We're level 4. And no paladins. Or clerics.
Yeah, no pallies.
I mean, doesn't Silica have that moonbeam?
Yes, she
Yes,
does.
but she has not used it yet.
Yeah.
True. She should.
Alright, here comes a whole horde of attacks.
Alrighty.
Oh God.
It's now
Not the dwarf.
skeleton's turn, so I'm just gonna move this guy up, and for the sake of time, I'm just gonna roll all their attacks because that's what they are going to be doing.
They're gonna be all attacking.
That's
the
a
dwarf.
miss. That's a miss. That is a miss. They strike at him, but his armor is holding out against them. It's now the zombie's
like-
turn. It's gonna run
Yeah,
up
what?
and attack you, Omen.
Alright, roll to hit.
That is an 18.
That hits.
Alrighty. Good news, this isn't a lot of damage. You're gonna suffer 2 points of damage.
Oh, please, that's barely anything. She just
Like I
kind
said,
of-
they don't do a lot.
you don't
It's
see
not a
much-
scratch.
You don't see much response from the.
Tis but a scratch.
Roderick, it's your
You
turn.
don't see hardly any response. She just got
Hey.
nudged ever so slightly.
Ah. All blocking the way. That's the wrong button.
Mhm.
I guess I shall move. Yeah. Can I even reach? I'll give it a. I'll shoot at the one in front of Anya with my light crossbow.
Roll to hit.
I'm on. Yeah.
Surprisingly, that misses. As you
Yeah.
shoot, your shot goes wide. It's now Thorgrom's turn. Alright, he's gonna make an attack with his greatsword. That's a hit on the skeleton in front of him. My dog scratching at my door, so give me a second to roll damage. 9 points of damage for the first strike. Second attack. That's a hit. And he cleaves it. He destroys the skeleton. It is now nothing but scattered bones.
Ain't fair.
It is now the zombie's turn. It's gonna go after you, Anya. That is a 21 to hit you.
That hits.
That is 1 point of damage.
Ha!
It just pokes you.
It slams into you, Anya, but it kind of buckles back. It is now your turn.
I'm really pissed off, not only at the fact that the zombie literally just tried to nibble me, but fucking I took
Let's see,
14 points of psychic damage that I can't resist.
It was an accident.
Whatever.
Blame the
Whatever,
dice
Mia.
roll.
Whatever.
Focus,
Stab.
people. Well, good news. You might get payback.
Blame the dice roll.
I
Oh
didn't practice.
no.
Good news. You might get. Good news. You get payback. Roll damage.
Oh, yay.
Lippy, you take 10 damages. These zombies dodge
Oh.
as she sweeps her glaive around, and it hits you square in the face, Lippia.
Oh, well,
Ow!
Okay.
Okay, I deserve
Hey.
that.
here's my thing. We've already had one.
there's a lot of nat ones this session.
There's
Okay,
been 5 nat
Alright,
ones
and-
already.
I deserve that.
Holy shit. Okay. That's fine.
That hits.
21 to hit the.
Okay. Alright. Not getting that. He fails the check, so you watch as you cleave his head off,
Yay.
and he is dead.
Yay.
Boy.
Fucking finally. One's dead.
God bless.
The
The
one in
zombies,
front of
man.
me.
Yep, the one in front of you. Oh, what
No.
the
Why
fuck?
am I dead?
My computer's being slow, okay? I thought I had
Oh
that.
shit, Anya's dead.
And it died. Rip.
Dibs on the pelt.
I'm dead. Lippia, what did you do?
What the, what
Nothing. I'm
I like
innocent.
I like that Richard's the only one who heard what I said.
Dibs on, he said dibs on the pelt.
Fun.
Anyways,
Extra
buddy.
floofiest of the
anyways.
Please.
Back to you.
So you kill him. Alrighty. It's now this Scaly next to Thorin's turn. That's a hit.
Yeah.
Thorin suffers 5 points of damage as this guy gets him in between his plates of armor.
We gotta go save this dude.
Ugh.
I'm gonna save him. Don't worry.
It's now Celica's turn. Celica's gonna. Celica's at 17.
Yeah, no, what I was gonna say was, shouldn't, Armin be ahead of me? His, DC's 4.
His dex is higher.
My
His
dex
Yeah,
is
the
higher.
dex is higher. But
Thank you.
alright, Celica's gonna do the chain sickle at the one in front of them. Alright, we're going with the first one. I gotta stop using 23 hits for 8 damage. It's still up. That is all
Damn.
Celica's gonna do too.
Okay.
Armin, it is now your turn.
I'm gonna go behind this zombie here to get flanking on it with Celica,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna try to attack with my great axe.
Alrighty. So 20
22.
hits.
I was
Alright,
flanking, but
yeah,
anyways.
22. Either way, it hits.
Still hits. Oh, hang on.
It fails.
21 points of damage.
You
It's
cleave
dead.
it in half. It is now
Oh,
destroyed.
Split it right down the middle.
Alright, anything else you used to do with your turn, Armin?
I'm gonna no. Wait, how far? Yeah. For the moment, I'm gonna stay. I'm not going to. Like I said, I'm not gonna use my hunter's mark at the moment.
This is my moment.
As you guys are fighting, it's worth noting that you are hearing the screams of people like running away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also,
Lippia, it's your turn.
Yeah. He was. He's a little more annoyed at the
I'm
fact that you two are slapping each other. So he's like,
attacking
"Stay focused."
Die.
13
With my
hits.
second blade. Okay.
Slapping each other.
Yeah.
Slapping each other.
It fails the con check,
Okay.
so you stab it with the psychic energy, and its head just poofs, explodes. If there was any blood still left within it, you'd be covered. Poof.
Stay dead, you undead mongrel.
Well, speaking of which,
Don't I have a bonus action?
you do. You do have bonus action.
An attack with this.
10 hits.
Jeez.
Alrighty,
weak.
you don't have offhand, so let's hope you roll. You do 2 points of damage. It
Okay,
passes
that's
its con
good.
save.
Of course it does.
It was only 2 points of damage, man.
Yeah.
Not IDC. Alrighty, this zombie's gonna attack you, Omen.
Figured.
That is a 22 to hit you.
One of these rolls that hits.
That is 7 points of damage.
That hurt.
It bashes
Ow.
into you. Omen, it is your turn.
I'm gonna bash it right back.
Oh my.
Oh
Damn it.
my.
18.
Hits.
19.
And that one did its con save. It is dead. As you stab it.
As it bashes into me, I use its momentum to drive my rapier like up into its chest and out through the back of its skull.
Alrighty. That is.
And I'm going to use my movement,
Yep.
because I do still have that.
I know, I'm just getting the turn order ahead of time.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Alrighty. It's now Ethan's turn. Ethan's gonna move. And here's where I get to do the fun thing. He's gonna throw his spear at the skeleton left of Thorin. That hits. As it hits into him, you watch as the spear vibrates and returns to his hand, and he throws it again.
That's
Nice.
dope.
He has Eldritch
Okay.
Knight features.
Oh, he's an Eldritch Knight.
He hits it again.
Oh,
Oh, dope.
Yep. I was
oh,
hoping.
that's cool.
I'd rather not use this, but
For
for Zorgan, as he throws it. All right.
Oh,
Yeetus
Lord.
Maximus.
He's this guy.
Oh,
For
hey, you knew
Zorgan.
you knew he was this guy. He's a loyal knight to the crown. He does 11 points of damage in total. As the spear goes into this guy twice. The Salicans are gonna still focus their attacks on Thorin. They're not smart creatures. They go with what's in front of them. That's a hit.
Yeah, fair.
That is a nat 1. That is a nat 20.
Cool. Well, that balances it out.
Actually, wait, my
Right.
bad. One of them was dead, I forgot. So the nat 20 doesn't balance it. The nat 1 was the only one that applied in that roll, so.
Oh god.
Verity.
Yep, rolling severity.
Just drop dead.
Okay. Thorin will get an opportunity attack on it, but first let's roll damage for Thorin. 6 points of damage to Thorin.
How funny would it have been if the nat 20 had gone through, but the nat 1 had severitied into that skeleton and killed it for it
All
got
right.
its nat 20 off?
Well, yeah, I was about to say, I'm gonna roll to it. That hits his buddy. His buddy is dead as Thorin parries the blade into him. Oh, my bad. Thorin
Nice.
destroys him. Again, opportunity attack. Thorin hits as he just cleaves the guy into more piles of bones than he already was. Roderick, it's your turn.
Question, is a dash is an action, correct?
Dashing is an action, yes.
Okay,
Unless you're a
but
rogue.
Unless you're a rogue.
Or
Well, I
anything
was-
that provides you dash as a bonus.
Yeah.
Monk as
Well,
well. Monk has step.
I'm
of
just
Monk.
thinking, I could still attack with my bonus action.
No, you need to take the
No.
attack action first.
Yeah, shut up. Well then we'll just move. We'll move. Yeah, and I will shoot at this one with my light crossbow.
Also, technically speaking, your crossbow needs to be reloaded with your bonus action because of the.
I
loading
don't
penalty.
count that, dude. I'm not that stickler for the rules. I'm just gonna say it's weird.
And fire! Yay!
18 hits. Full damage.
7.
7 piercing damage. Not bad. Pretty good.
Yay! I hit something.
All right.
Yay.
You shoot it in its skull, but it's still moving. All right. It's now Thorin's turn.
I was right. He just
That hits him. Let's roll damage.
Oh.
Oh,
Go
damn,
in.
max. 15 points of damage. He swings his greatsword, and with a mighty blow, he destroys the skeleton you just shot, Roderick.
Yeah, good job.
It's not over yet, lad.
Oh, okay.
He's right. I've still got
That isn't
some
also
more.
a hit. He strikes it, but it's not dead.
Okay.
Anya, it's your turn.
What's lining up?
Anya?
I guess I'll move over here.
Hmm?
And then I'll take my javelin and I'll toss it at this thing.
Roll it.
Oh,
Reckless.
javelin.
Yeah,
Roll it.
Yeah, eee.
Stop 20 hits. And don't roll damage, even though it won't matter. They're at 2 HP. You throw it into it, and it clatters. It is dead. Combat is over for now.
Okay.
Yay! Good job, everybody. We did it.
You still hear the
Are you-
screams of people.
We should probably go help people out.
Yeah, we need
Yeah, we
to
should-
keep moving.
I'm just breathing for a second. He's like, we need to keep moving.
Okay.
Oh, would anyone care to explain where the fuck you're going?
We're going to stop an evil necromancer from resurrecting the king's dead brother.
Roll persuasion with advantage. This guy
Oh,
values
no.
straightforwardness.
Huh.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's perception.
That's
Aw.
perception.
Fuck.
He keeps hitting perception.
Natural 20.
Oh.
20.
Makes sense. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. I got.
Good luck to you.
I'm gonna round up with the other knights and shove our swords up their undead horses.
Sounds just. She calls that. Sounds just like you.
Good luck.
Only when I'm
really
drunk.
hope Good luck. I really hope we get to see each other again tonight.
I'm no good, but I am a sir. As he runs off.
That's a
You
line.
guys, do you guys continue running?
Yes.
Yes.
Keep
As you run through the city. The various knights are handling the forms of undead, and then you reach the cemetery where you see Sir Jonathan Wellington with an ornate greatsword battling this really well-dressed undead that can talk. I will kill you, Jonathan!
Oh,
You couldn't in life. You couldn't in life, Henjiokai.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
As he pulls out
Huge.
a jaded dagger and stabs it in the heart.
Great. I am literally in my head yokai form. I'm not human
Uh,
at the moment.
I don't think you ever specified that you trans into your Henjokai form, so I just assumed you were inhuman.
No. I was in my Enjokai form when I go to bed. Lippy always tells
Would
me to
Lippia turn back when she wakes up, is the question, because Lippia is not dumb. And she had time before this all happened. I will be kind here, you never specified this, so it's reasonable for you to be in your human form.
Yeah, I'd be in my human form.
You are currently, yeah, so he stabs it in the chest. The undead itself is well dressed, but it is that of a wolf. Looks to be dead, and again, weirdly it's speaking. As it keels over, it's no longer moving as the body disintegrates. Filthy. Filthy kind.
Oh boy, this guy.
I'm going
Lippy's
to. I'm making a
glad.
note of that because.
Oh boy, this guy stinks.
I should have known your lot was behind this, as he's raised his great sword.
We're the ones
Don't-
trying to stop this.
Oh my god, I knew it. Called
fuck's
it.
sake. We're trying to stop this. We're not to blame here.
Roll a persuasion check, Omen, with advantage because Lippy is giving you the help action.
Alright.
Oh god.
Come on.
This can
24.
end terrible.
4.
He looks at you. Very well. Then what are you doing here? Why not aid in this defense of the city, coward? As he looks
never
towards
mind.
Ethan.
A necromancer is about to resurrect the king's brother. Was it his son?
Brother.
His
Brother.
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 Necromancer's about to. What the grave robber's about to attempt to bring back the king's dead brother. We're going to stop it.
You would enter the royal gravesite.
I mean, you're welcome to stop us if you want, but if the grave robber gets his wish, it's your fault.
Roll one last persuasion.
Oh no.
She's right.
MacLeod.
She is right. She's
19.
Yeah, 19. Very well. Go ahead. I won't stop you.
I want to insight that.
Mhm,
And we all inside it?
mhm.
yeah. I don't trust this guy.
I don't.
Yeah, figured.
24.
Or-
Ah, fuck.
Maybe fluke.
The rest of you, you guys are pretty panicked. Roderick, you can roll it as well if you want.
Oh, sure, I'll roll. Might as well. Insight. Where you at, homie? There you are.
Under his
Ah.
To the rest of you, you guys are in a hurried state. You guys don't really have time to think about this. There is a necromancer trying to summon a being of great power. You have little time to deal with his bullshit. Anya, I'm gonna DM you something.
Oh no. I'm just gonna see that he's got a.
I'm calling it now, in before he's on the grave robber's side.
That is not what's
honestly-
happening here.
No.
Honestly, calling it afterwards, he's gonna blame us.
Probably.
He's gonna blame us.
He just looks at you. I will not stop you. Convenient that you found a way around your duty, Craven, as he looks towards Ethan.
He's helping us. Leave it. Lippia just glares at him and says quite eloquently, he's helping us. He's the one that helped us discover what the grave digger was up to. So, I wouldn't say he's a coward. I'd say he's quite brave.
Roll an intimidation.
Can I assist her?
Huh?
Sure. You're a big guy, Roderick. I'll roll with advantage.
Intimidate him with well.
Oh,
He looks at
Didn't
you. He looks at you. Like I said, I will not stop you. Fight
You're
well.
afraid of-
Fight well, human. You are the only one you're the only one who I respect among your group.
We don't respect you either.
Do you guys enter the crypt? Because this is a
Yeah.
crypt. You guys run
Yeah,
through.
You won't.
Anya, do you do anything?
Look him on the face. Anya? Maybe?
1 second.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shit.
She will look at him and she'll bare her teeth aggressively, licking her chaps.
He looks at you. Keep your dog and your bitch away from me. Referring to you and Rook. As he's beginning to walk away.
certainly. Just keep your mouth in check.
As he's walking away,
He looks at you,
see that
Armin.
she-
He stops and looks at you. A filthy devil has no right
There's
to
no
oppress me.
fucking way he knows that.
No, there shouldn't be.
There's
Wait, oh my
he
god.
shouldn't. He should not. There's no reason that he would know that.
To your knowledge, yes.
Oh no, what the
Little fucker.
what the fuck is up, Kyle?
He's like.
Let's forget about it. Let's go.
Leave it,
Just
Armin.
staring at him.
Armin, leave it for now. We'll
Go.
sort him out
Save
later.
the city.
This guy's a goddamn paladin.
Also,
He just walks away. He just starts walking towards the cemetery.
sorry.
Let's go.
Yeah,
You
let's
guys
go.
walk into the crypt. Here's what you see. The walls are barely lit are not lit with torch, as it is a cold stone hallway. In front of you is sort of a weird obelisk-like shrine with the head of the king's brother. He looks not unsimilar to his brother, I might add. He has the same type of cheek facial structure, though he did not have any facial hair. Furthermore, it looks to be as though he is bald, whereas the king has long black hair. There are noticeable wrinkles on his face as well, implying he is much older, based on when this was carved.
Can I investigate the corridor to see if it's trapped?
Roll stealth check.
Actually, not a bad idea, to be fair.
Is this to
Yeah.
hide? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, if there's something there, you'll need to make sure there's, if you want peek.
Hide things.
All right,
Best.
24. Good job. You managed to get to the corridor without being detected. Roll.
I want to look for the if it's trapped.
It does not appear to be trapped. However, when you look inside this way, you notice 4 skeletons, as well as a massive amount of bodies surrounded by blood. Some of them look older enough to be like within skeletal form, but others look very recent.
Ooh.
Omin, after she finishes peeking around, she gestures back to the group, holds out her hand with 4 fingers up.
By the way,
Been
while you
fine.
guys were running, did anyone want to drink a healing potion? Because I know you guys each have one. Anya and Livia.
Oh, and I'm.
I
Oh,
need a healing potion.
Yeah.
You had one
By
from
the
last
way-
session, so
by the way,
One.
because I don't really
1d4
need one
plus
necessarily. I'm gonna give Roderick mine because he did use his for Celica.
Okay.
1d4
2d2, 2d4 plus 2.
Okay.
They're standard.
Say Alicia, Omin will point the direction she's looking, and then hold out 4 fingers behind her as if to say, 4 targets.
Okay, 9.
All right, you guys heal for that amount. So, how do you guys wish to approach this?
26.
Problem is I probably gonna fail this stealth check if I
I
try
think we'd have to stealth it.
to.
You could have the stealthiest amongst. Actually, you know what? Zelga's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on you all.
Okay,
Good
fair.
idea.
So
I guess we.
that gives everyone a plus 10 to their stealth check.
Okay.
Right.
So stealth up to where Omen is.
Oh, okay, 35.
37.
I'm gonna need it. Watch this. You think that's cool? Watch.
21.
What? Nice.
Anya, roll stealth.
I love how Lipia rolled a natural 20. I didn't roll one, and I still rolled higher.
26.
I love as well. I don't even have Pass Without Trace, but I beat Roderick's roll.
Yeah. Congrats. Congrats all of you. I'm terrible at sneaking. It's a freaking. He's a big dude. He's not meant to be.
20s have I
Alright.
rolled today?
Yeah,
Like,
anyways. So you guys sneak
Taking
up.
all.
You all
Sure.
get to where Omen is. At this point, you guys have enough time for a surprise round.
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
No, because there might not be a point. We're gonna go in alphabetical order. So Omen, you're up first.
Well, yeah, because technically my first name is Alicia.
Yes.
15. Stabby, stabby.
Roll with advantage.
20.
20 hits.
5 piercing. That was a min roll.
It is still up.
Well, yeah, I rolled a min roll.
Alrighty, Anya, it's your turn.
You're probably not raging at this point.
Probably not, but that's
It's definitely
fine.
been more than 6 seconds since you last attacked with damage.
Honestly, I would save your rage. I think you only have another one more.
Yeah.
No, I have
Now-
2 more. I have 2
Oh, you
more.
do?
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 3 rages.
Super angry.
I'm gonna
blue.
go here. I get advantage on my attack rolls, right?
Yes, you do, because you are selfed. You are selfed, yes.
Okay.
15 hits.
But
You still
God
get the 2.
dang.
They are still up, but they are looking pretty wounded.
I don't get my 2 attacks.
You do get your bonus action, yes.
Unless
Okay.
you use it to rage.
Yep, also, my bad, yeah. 18 hits.
12
That-
slashing down with your roll.
And 6. Again, you cut it down. It is gone.
Oh, there's one.
Deleted.
Alrighty. Armin, it's your
He
turn.
just
I'm gonna
deleted
move
us.
right here and finish this and try and hit this one with
Okay.
my great axe. Advantage, correct?
Yes.
You just delete us.
Yep, quite.
22,
That hits.
Hey, Dad.
6, and 4, 10.
You
10.
class it down and you destroy it. It's now Celica's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's gonna go right up here and attack with her chain sickle. That's a fun thing to say. Chain sickle. Chain sickle.
I still say we need to get a heavy weight to slow on the other end to turn it into a Kurosagama.
Anyway, yeah.
Whatever.
Semantics. 16 hits, 10 points of damage. It is still up, but it's looking pretty hurt as she takes out it's like half of its rib cage.
Right.
Lipia, it's your turn.
Right, so 5, 10, 15, 20.
Well, I just noticed we have like 3 people in the party whose name begin with
30.
A.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
We'll just say you guys moved up as this went along. I'm gonna be kind here.
Yeah, I was going to use my bonus action. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15. Yeah, I'm gonna and Circuit Blade.
17 hits. My bad. As roll advantage. You're
Okay.
a rogue. 11 points of
Blade.
damage.
Bonus action.
You destroy it.
And
After
then
Celica's thing, you come in
the-
and with your psychic blade, you cut its head clean in twain.
Yeah, and
12 misses.
okay, fair.
Roderick, it's your turn.
Okay, I will move it here, and I will make a swing at it with Beatrice.
Go for it.
Meet Beatrice.
My beautiful, beautiful
Kill it,
Beatrice.
kill it, kill it.
26. All right, that is 7 points. That is 6 points of damage. Why do
I
you
don't know why
have?
that one.
It's because of the.
Okay.
It's plus if you double-handed. So just ignore that. I'll change
Oh.
that. Now roll with your hammer, because here's something you don't know. Let's hope you hit. Thank
Aw.
God for advantage. 14
All
hits.
right.
Roderick, whatever you roll damage, double it because skeletons are vulnerable to bludgeoning damage.
Haha!
Nice.
Oh,
24. You just smashed it into bone marrow dust.
Nice.
That
See,
was
Omen,
so
look at- Omen looks over at Roderick and goes, nice shot.
That's just too much.
Alrighty, you guys have cleared this. You guys have cleared this without any issue.
Should we check around the room first?
I don't think there's.
Maybe.
I don't think.
Where's
there's
Ethan?
As you guys, right? I
Where is
meant to
he?
put on.
No.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on here. My bad.
Come on,
There he
Ethan.
is.
He wasn't quick enough. I see. No, he stayed back because of plate armor.
Bitch, you bitch face.
That makes sense. We're on a time limit here. I wouldn't suggest we linger.
Actually, as you guys are in this room, I need all of you to roll Constitution saving throw.
Oh, of course.
Oh, this is gonna end.
It is a room full of corpses that are very recent.
Constitution.
5. Ugh.
Omen, the stench of blood is too much for you. You have to leave the room. Lipia and Roderick, and I'm making this CC lower for you, Anya, because you know Wolf. You guys managed to keep out. Keep it in. Celica. I'm
It
gonna
does not throw up.
Celica. Let's see what you roll, girl.
You go, girl.
day. My bad
Oh,
day.
Jesus.
Does not
Celica's
make
fine.
Damn.
Celica's really
Watch
fine.
me be the
So-
watch me be the only one to fail.
I failed.
Well, no, Omen failed, so.
Yeah, Omen fails. though.
Yeah, and Armin, the stench of blood gets to you as well. You had to leave the room. To the rest of you who are
He just
still in,
kinda walks out.
the bodies are recently fresh. If you want to know how fresh, you would need to roll a medicine check.
Yeah,
I'll roll. I'll give it a shot.
Would I be able to know? Because of my
Yeah.
hunting?
Let's try. Fuck, I wouldn't know.
What was that, Lipia? Or, Anya?
Wouldn't I be able to know? Because I am a hunter as well as a scavenger.
I will give you
as a wolf.
advantage.
Alright.
That's funny.
Basically,
9.
Roderick, some of these bodies are very old. The ones that are having blood on them, these are like even hours ago. What's more, there isn't as much blood as there should be for the amount of people who are here.
Is it Roderick?
Like, considering the fresh bodies, there should be way more blood. This room should be saturated with it with the amount of bodies in here, and yet it's not.
This is technically out of the room, correct?
Yes, it is.
So, while they're examining the bodies, I am within 10 feet of Celica, therefore I get past without trace.
Okay. By the way,
I'm gonna
did you look
attempt
at
to look up-
Armin? Are you looking at the obelisk at all? The statue, the head carving of Benjamin,
Where is that?
right to your right.
This?
NEG.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have left the room. He wouldn't be able to stand. So yeah, the only thing he'd really be looking at, he'd just glance at the obelisk
Wow.
a little bit.
24.
So, as you look into it, you read this as follows. In memory of Prince Benjamin Morwood, whose blood could not live up to his name.
What?
Is this written in common?
Yes.
So-
Actually,
Okay, so with that
Yeah.
stealth roll, I'm going to move up. I'm just going to move like here.
alright, at that point, that's all you can move, because again, you were moving not within the prayer cell trace. Do any of you want to search for anything in the bodies, or do you wish to move on?
Sure, I'll search through the bodies.
That will take some time.
Never mind. We
Yeah,
got to.
never
We need to
mind,
get
never
this.
mind.
We
Let's
should
keep
go.
moving. Let's just keep
Alright.
moving.
Alright, everyone roll a stealth check. Everyone has 10, because Celica.
Hey, 23.
No,
19.
come on.
19. Remember, Nat.
Oh,
Remember.
why
Remember,
Ow.
Nat ones aren't auto failures.
All right.
They are just the lowest you can roll.
Notice I didn't roll in that one, but I still scored the same as Armin.
Wow, Ethan rolled a nat 20. He rolled a 30. But
Good
disadvantage.
job.
Even still, he rolled a 28, this man.
Nice.
Good,
Good on
good
him.
job.
Let's keep
Yeah, let's-
going.
Alright, you guys move up into this room where you see
God.
two very
Come on, just
good-looking
move up.
vases and two doors, each carved out of stone, but look to be on hinges. You hear chanting on the other side.
Oh God, we need to get in there.
Confirm which ones are the doors, 'cause it looks like there could be 4 of them.
They're each. It is the ones that are not consistent with what the wall looks like.
Right.
So it looks like here,
Those, yes.
here,
Like
There are-
passageways
there.
here.
Yep, there are
and
3.
there.
Right.
We gotta choose a door to go to.
So what? So hang on. So this is a wall or a door?
Door,
That's a door.
So door. What about these?
door,
That's a door.
and the one to the right is a door. Yes, there are 4 doors
Yeah.
there. There are just 2 straight ahead.
Okay.
Do you want me
Oh,
to?
shit.
Tell where the chanting is coming from.
Roll perception.
Can I smell for magic?
Roll perception.
Advantage.
Oh,
27.
nice.
Okay.
We're all
Anya,
doing.
it's kind of hard to smell rotten flesh in here because everything smells like rotten flesh in here.
Everything smells like.
Armin,
I can't smell
it's
the
coming
meat.
right in front of you. It is coming right in front of you.
Chanting
Ooh.
straight ahead. Literally straight ahead.
Let's go.
Stop this then.
Can I examine the doors? Or I'm going to examine the door on the left.
Sure, roll investigation.
Well, before I examine it in detail, can you describe to me what it looks like? Is there anything carved
It's a
on
stone
it,
door
or-
with no carvings at all.
Right, now I'll attempt to see if there's a lock or any kind of...
Let me handle the lock.
There
20.
is a lock on it, yes.
Do you want me
Actually,
to
my bad. There is no lock on it.
Right. So
Is
we
it-
need to go.
Is it sealed, or can I tell if
It
it's
does not look to
open,
be
or
sealed. It looks like it can be opened.
Can I see if is there any kind of trigger on it?
You mean a handle?
No, like a... Can I see if
Trap.
there's like a...
If
There are no
Trap.
traps on it. There are
Yeah, that's what I'm
there are
referring
no
to.
traps on it whatsoever.
Okay.
Mutters, I don't think we'll be able to open this stealthily, so I suggest we open the door and unleash hell.
good
Do you
idea.
try to open the door open?
Yes.
As you do, it doesn't budge. Something seems to be in the way.
Can I try and open it?
As if you're not, how are you trying to open it?
Don't do
Can I
this
just-
to me.
Can I try and just shove it open?
Roll an athletics check
He's
for
like-
me.
Yeah, you're better at this than I am.
Go.
Roderick, you try and you hurt your shoulder as you do it, but it creates a noise. Whoever you are, it's too late. The great awakening has come. You will not stop me.
Everyone, quick! Search the area. See something that might help.
Try the other door, Omen suggests.
Do you try the right door?
Yeah.
As you try it, it won't budge. It seems something's blocking it.
Anya, kick this thing down.
Acrobatics. Can
I'm going to rage.
Can I
Oh.
try and shove it?
Okay,
open?
first, Lipia, roll an athletics check for me.
He's gonna do better than me.
Lipia, ow! Now your shoulder. Anya,
Mhm.
roll an athletics check with advantage because you raged. Soft 20, that was the DC. You break it, and you hear something crack on the other side. As you burst it open, as you see in front of it, it seems to be a stone plank holding it in place. The stone itself looks to be corroded and old. And here's what you see.
I broke stone.
Old
you did.
stone. Old
You're
stone.
a barbarian.
Old
You should
stone.
probably get in there quickly.
It was a
Yeah.
DC 20. So you guys, as you guys look in, you see a ledge on top, overlooking. Overlooking. It seems to be 10 feet tall. In the center is a
trifecta.
grand
Nice.
in the stairs. Oh, go ahead.
Nice trifecta in the center.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
In
Nice
in the center of this room is this massive glorious tube that looks to be golden on top with brass being its main make. The room itself is lit by 2 torches, and in front of on the ascended way where the tomb is, surrounding the gravedigger who is chanting hands over the casket, there is a magical force that seems to go 5 feet up. I want
Of course
everyone
there's
to roll me a
barrier, there's
perception.
always a fucking barrier.
Right.
Perception. Let's do this.
Perception?
Let's be perceptive.
Yeah, there we
Does
go.
it have
Okay.
anything to do with sight, with smell or hearing?
Technically, it would have smell. You could smell this.
All right, so advantage. 19.
Anya, you smell something rotting from above, and Roderick, you look above, and you see this creature looking down with one eye. It appears to be a 14-foot
fuck.
tall ball-like being with a center blinded-like eye, and on it are 4 eye-like tendrils that are moving around wildly.
Oh god, no, you are not putting us against one of these things.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
You see its
Yeah.
rotting flesh, drip from
Oh.
it, as you see this creature.
Is this a zombie beholder?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yep. Alright,
What
the
the fuck?
fuck is that thing?
it is. As of yet, it was my greatest creation. Beholders of great power, even in death. You will not stop me as you die and become a part of my undead army.
Mm-hmm.
But you will not interrupt the ritual.
So, to confirm there is like a barrier around him that's a foot,
Yes.
5 foot high, you say? Of
Yeah.
course, there's always a fucking barrier.
The thing looks at you, its eyes begin to glow as I need everyone to roll initiative. Prepare for combat.
This is not gonna be good. I'm scared.
22, okay.
7. Shit.
Aha!
Okay.
I rolled double digits. I'm not
So
last.
with that,
I rolled double digits on that
I
last.
am actually terrified of this thing. I'm not gonna lie, I am terrified of this thing.
We're all scared. don't
Welcome
worry.
to a boss fight.
Now I curse the beholder with nat ones. I curse it.
Though good news, it doesn't roll. You have saving throws.
What?
Alrighty, that's all good. Yeah! It doesn't typically attack, it has its eye
I
things.
think he's
You'll see.
referring to initiative.
Yeah.
Ah. Well, hopefully. I would.
Oh yeah, that's why. I don't think the beholder actually has a standard attack. It's all saving throws.
Yeah, it has one attack, but fuck, I'm not using it.
Oh wait. Oh, I just thought
Okay,
it was
well.
terrible.
Well, not a
Okay.
nat
Bad.
one, but close enough.
Close
I am a
enough.
bad.
Good enough.
I cursed it. Roderick's cursing.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Not bad.
I am, for one reason or another, I am actually terrified of this thing, and it's not because of its eye beam. It's because I know what could be another effect that's going on here. I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not going to act like Omen knows, because she probably doesn't.
You don't. Omen, you've had so
This-
little interaction with
this is
undead, ironically.
Yeah, really, really bad. Oh man, if it still has that ability of the beholder, oh boy.
You should
Are
be
you
worried about the
talking
fact that
about
it's a zombie.
Death Ray.
Not even worried about that
And
nice
that
cat
one.
one
To be fair, the
Yes!
Gravedigger doesn't really have a role in this combat.
yet.
I'm a god. My powers are unrivaled in the galaxy.
You might be able
Anyway,
to. You might be able
Alright,
to counter.
so,
cat.
Armin, you're up first.
All right.
So, do we have
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna start by trying to hunter's mark that. Well, not try. I'm gonna hunter's mark this zombie beholder.
Quick
And no, he's
question.
not happy at
Hang
all.
on, hang
Quick
on.
question.
Before we start the battle, you forgot to roll for someone, DM.
Ethan,
Oh yeah.
Ethan.
my apologies.
Yeah, Ethan.
Thank you for
Also,
reminding me.
one more subject.
You're welcome.
How high is
Ethan the forgettable.
how high is the area we're standing on, and how high is the area
10
he
feet.
stands on?
10 feet, and the beholder is 30 feet. It's 40 feet up in the air. This tomb has a ceiling of about 50 feet.
So he is the same height as us.
The Gravedigger, yes.
Yes. Even though these stairs are clearly bigger.
Yeah,
Perception. It's a matter of perspective.
yeah, it's perspective-wise, but
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. No,
Look, are you gonna
he's not.
complain? I'm not making him 20 feet up.
He's thinking, great. Now I have to fight this thing.
Oh god.
So he's gonna.
By the way,
try and
Armin, with those
shoot-
things you're doing in private, roll them with advantage.
did you go for Ethan?
Okay.
Yes, so one second, I had to re-roll one of the pages.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I don't like this music as much as I thought I would. Actually, no, wait, I don't like this. Alright,
Good.
Now that it's picked up.
Don't forget to roll
By
the
the-
initiative.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to. Just give me a second. I
Okay.
had to reload my Google Chrome page where my DM
Yeah.
screen is. Remember, I'm
Do you want-
using two
do you
screens.
want- Do you want me to wait for a sec before?
Yeah, go ahead. You can do it. You bonus
Okay,
action.
So he's gonna. All right, I'm gonna try and shoot the beholder.
Shoot him in the face.
26.
26. That hits.
Gonna take 10 piercing damage as well as he's not taking damage yet. 600's mark damage. Woohoo!
All right,
So
16
16 damage in total at the moment.
Not bad.
I was just waiting for the cut in half to 8.
Well, okay, even if that was the case, the Hunter's Mark damage is magical. So that would
Yeah,
not
it's
get cut in
considered
half.
Magical.
It is a magical
Uh,
spell effect. It is a spell.
Alright.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. 11 damage then.
Wait, does it?
No.
Is it cut in half?
No.
Oh.
I think so.
So 16 damage.
You shoot your arrow into this creature. As it shouts out. And no, it's not cut in half. And it looks towards you. Its eyes pointing to you. Anya, it's your turn. What the
God.
fuck is this thing?
It's
How
looking
high
at.
is it?
40
I'll be
feet
right
up in
back
the air.
like a split second.
40 feet?
Yeah,
Wait,
30
10
from
feet
your
up.
30 from yours, 40 from ground.
40 from ground. Okay, so I'm just gonna go right here. And throw a yeet stick at it.
Okay.
Love it.
Alright,
And You are still raging, so.
I am still raging, so I got the stuff on it.
Great.
So here you go.
I love how you've actually named it Yeet Stick.
That 22 hits.
You stay.
Yeet stick it.
Right.
There we go.
Okay, you throw it, it sticks in it,
I'm
and it
back.
almost like seems to absorb into the flesh.
Hey,
Celica's
give that back.
Celica is about to cast Moonbeam, but as she does, nothing comes out. As you see the Gravedigger just wave their hand as the radiant energy goes into them and they disperse it. Counterspell.
Oh,
Oh,
wonder.
you.
Horse.
He's got legendary actions.
No, counterspell is a reaction.
No.
I know.
Counterspell the reaction.
But that has used up his counterspell for the turn.
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You cannot stop my great beholder. Not until it's too late for you.
Wanna bet?
Omen, it's your turn.
Alright, so. The first thing I am going to do is I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon. I'm going to manifest it right next to the beholder.
Okay.
So I will put that on.
At this point, that does break your stealth.
Yes, but fair enough.
Mhm.
I'll, use it.
What form does your spiritual weapon take?
Big ass raven.
Okay.
Figured.
Bigger, but did not
Uh,
want to.
BR. It forms a bar. Yeah.
12.
Probably misses.
Yeah, that misses.
Okay, but I still have my action. I will shoot an Eldritch Blast at it.
Give me a second. Let me double check its AC because I entered it wrong. It said 53. I think I meant to put 13. So give me a sec. Let me get.
Maybe.
Yeah, because obviously it does not have a 53 AC.
Yeah.
Also,
Uh,
to confirm, it is currently looking at who with its
Hmm?
main eye.
It was
um,
looking toward. It's looking towards all. The eyes are looking all around you guys.
I'm
Oh.
Then
specifically,
it turned towards me and I was like, hey, I'm in danger.
I'm specifically concerned about its main eye.
Yeah, you don't know what that's gonna do.
No, I'm asking you for. I'm not sure if you know that beholders have this ability.
I'm aware. I'm not telling you what this guy does. Anyways, yeah. So that does miss, unfortunately. As you swing towards it with the raven, it just bounces off of this unholy abjuration.
But I do still get an Eldritch Blast. Which
That does hit.
2 force damage. Woohoo!
You shoot it, and again, just like it farts, flesh falls off, but doesn't seem to do anything. Roderick, it's your turn.
I am going
Okay.
to just
Good.
do it at the sword because it's easy to draw. So
Yep.
How tall is this area like where we're sitting at?
You could use as high as it if we're gonna be fair here.
good point.
How tall is the area we're at?
10 feet up in the sky, 10 feet up from the platform, and the beholder is 40 feet
Well,
up. In the air.
I mean, like how tall is where we're standing, like roof
10
wise?
feet.
The roof is 50 feet up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead.
Where we are.
I'm gonna go ahead and activate Giant Might.
All right, you double in size, which means you're 14 feet, which means the beholder is now 30 feet away from you. However,
No,
roll
you
me a
mean-
strength saving throw. 20
Strength
feet.
saving throw.
20, my bad. Strength saving throw for me, please.
Okay.
He does have advantage because of Giant's Might, technically, so...
You're able to control your strength as the ground beneath you crumbles a little, cracks a little bit. Like I said, this isn't the most well-maintained stonework right now.
No, it's
And
It's 20 feet up away from you in the air, but it's still a distance away.
I'll. One second, I want to double. Fuck, no, yeah. 60 feet? I'm pretty sure I'm 60 feet away.
Whoops, excuse me.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and throw my my hand axe at it.
Roll attack.
20.
Saw 20 hits, roll damage.
7. Here's my question though. Would that count for the fire rune?
No. Describe your
With a
runes for me.
weapon.
I thought it has to be a specific weapon for what the rune is on.
Hmm.
Well, wearing
When you aim to an attack using a weapon.
a weapon while wearing or carrying an object
An
described.
object inscribed with this rune, though, so...
Okay. Technically, by that wording, Yes, that does apply, because it doesn't say you have to use that for the attack. It just says you need to have any item with that rune on it.
Gotcha. Well, I will go ahead and try and activate it.
Okay, strength saving throw.
Yes.
That is going to be a 17.
He will pass, but he's 2d6.
Okay. He will take half, I believe. So 2 points of fire damage.
Half damage.
It doesn't say
I
anything about half damage.
no, it says the target takes an extra 2d6 fire damage, and it must succeed on a strength save.
Okay, in that case, then yes, you are right. Thank you for calling me out on that. Alrighty.
Unless this thing's resistant to fire damage, which I don't know if it is or not.
It doesn't seem to be. It looks like it burns. Ethan's gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's gonna throw the spear at it with disadvantage because he's out of the range. Okay, that's a miss. He's gonna summon it back to his hand. That's a hit. Barely, I might add, but it's a hit. Alrighty. The beholder suffers 6 points of damage as he throws the spear into it. He summons it back to his hand, but the beholder is just, it looks like it's still good. Lippia, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move here. And I'm gonna throw my psychic blades at it.
Roll it.
Fuck's sake, come on!
Oh no.
You should have bonus action stealth first. Not that way.
No.
It misses. It misses.
Oh, thank God.
Roll your
So-
bonus. Do you want a bonus action stealth? Do you wish to bonus action
Yeah.
stealth? All right, move a little bit
I didn't-
and bonus act and roll stealth check for me.
Move a
Honey just
little
had a
bit.
heart.
Yeah, you gotta
Bonus
move because
on
like
a
it's
heart
okay.
attack.
Let me put it like this: if you duck right as you hit it, it's gonna know you're there.
Well, keep behind Roderick.
Yeah. All right,
You
you
said
hide
it.
behind Roderick. You roll 14. Good to know. It's now the Grave Digger. If only you had encountered my creation, the source, you would not have interfered with my plans. Oh, just as well. It is all time for you to die. Beholder, do what must be done.
Oh no. This is
I need
Here we go.
Roderick
ready.
to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
the
As one of its eyes glows and targets you. Okay, you pass.
Oh my God.
You feel this sense of fear take you, but it doesn't seem to take hold. You stand strong.
The
Oh,
fear
fighting
ray.
effect.
Hey.
Armin, it is now your turn.
Oh,
Can you move?
you guys are
Alright,
Actually, the beholder's gonna move closer. He's gonna move 20 feet down. He's gonna move 20 feet down. He's gonna move 20 feet down.
Okay.
20
So now
feet.
He's now on
Yep.
level with us, correct?
Yep, Armin, as you feel yourself
Um,
to come into the rage, you hear a howl in the distance.
Oh.
No one else hears it.
He like shakes his
Even
head for a
Lydia?
sec.
Not even me?
He like
you.
turns for a sec, just shakes his head and pays attention to the beholder in front of him. All right, I had to drop out of my roll 20. Can you move my token up one, or I'll just put a new one on?
Here, I moved it up one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna try to shoot at it again. 26. If a
26 hits.
doesn't hit.
Yeah, you know it hits.
All right, it's gonna take 7 piercing damage, 2 damage from Colossus Slayer, then another 1, so 10 in total.
10 points of damage. You strike at it.
Yep.
It's looking. You heard it pretty good.
Killing this thing.
Yeah.
And that's the damage threshold. Pass hold. Is that your turn, Armin?
Is there anything I can do as a bonus action? No. Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Here comes its secondary actions.
Well, you got past the damage threshold for this, so yes. Let it not be said I'm not fair.
Yeah.
I don't have. I wish there was something else I could do as a bonus action, but I don't.
F.
F.
Definitely.
It's going to look towards you, Lippia. I need you to make me a constitution. Actually, no, wait, you stealthed.
that's a bad
You stealthed. You stealthed. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Can't
Omen!
it can't-
Omen! I need you to
Yeah,
make a
okay.
constitution saving throw.
This is one of the
Oh,
bad
no.
ones.
You don't know.
9, that's bad.
As you are about
Whoa.
to command your thing to go again, your body seizes up. You can't
That's a
move.
petrification move. Ugh.
It's not petrification. You are paralyzed.
Oh.
Paralysis, you son of a whore!
You son of a whore.
When do I get that? What is that? To the end of the beholder's next turn?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
Oh god.
Because I don't necessarily have to make any movements to control the thing. Can I still use the bonus action to move that?
What
Is that
components
something
are there for
mine?
it?
I mean, to cast it, it's a verbal and somatic, but I always assumed it was done. The control was done via the mind.
I tend to agree with that theory, so I'm gonna stick with it for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
So,
kind
even
here.
though I can't do anything like anything else, I can still command the.
Yes, you can, but it will be at disadvantage. That's the trade-off here. You're not focusing
enough.
fully. All right, Anya, it's your turn. You just watched as Omi has seized up.
Yeah, but I don't know if I should do the stupid.
Up to you.
I don't know if I should do the stupid. I
It is
haven't
10
stupid.
feet up from where you are.
You
It's
hit.
10 feet up.
Yes, it lowered a little bit.
Actually, according to what you said it was 30 feet in the air at the start, and it lowered by 20, so now it's on level with us.
Okay, here's how I described it. I said it was 40 feet up from the ground, 30 feet up from the
Fair enough.
like from where you guys are, so it's 10 feet
Fair
up from where you guys are.
Yeah, still 10
Okay.
feet tall.
Oh, well, I'll just throw another yeet stick for right now.
All right, roll it.
It's gonna take your yeet stick.
She called it a
20. But I'm just gonna mark you with paralyzed.
Yeah, I didn't even know
All right.
she called it a yeet stick.
9 points of damage.
Alright, and I'm gonna bonus throw my hatchet at it.
Okay, roll it.
You got this.
22 hits.
Ooh,
Mini.
mini.
All right, not counting the 7. It's 3.
What do you mean not counting the 7? There's
Yeah.
3 still in there.
Yeah, 3. So 7. Yeah, not counting your strength. So 7.
Jesus,
You throw it into it, and it's looking pissed at you now.
that's fine.
Anya, I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh god.
All this could be
These-
bad.
You fail. This is
I
gonna
don't
hurt.
have the-
As he
I-
launched this,
yeah,
as he launched this purple beam of energy towards you, you take this fully. This is gonna hurt. I'm not gonna sugarcoat. This is going to hurt.
Was this the force ray?
Please be
Mm.
yeah.
Oh, this is gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. Let's just hope it doesn't go over your HP threshold.
14.
Oh shit, what?
I nerfed this, for the record.
Not my wolf girl!
Relax, I nerfed this. Trust me, it's not as bad as it could be. Alright. 6,
Could have been
7.
Oh.
1 second, 7. 15 points of force damage to you.
Thought that was the force
And
ray.
it could have been 10d8 damage.
Did you say 50 or 15?
15.
15.
Oh, okay.
No, and yeah, it could have been 10d8 worth of damage for the record.
Oh, Jesus, scary.
Yeah,
Ow.
this is a powerful creature. It's now Celica's
Let's kill
turn.
it. Kill it fast.
Celica's gonna, seeing that it's probably gonna counterspell again. She's not dumb. She's going. What would Celica do in this situation?
Run! I would like to rage and run.
I'm gonna look at what she's got.
You wish.
Well, no, I know what I'm about to do.
Smart man knows when to
Okay.
run like a little bitch.
Celica's gonna run behind you, and she's gonna cast Enhance Ability on you.
He can't cast spell because he can't see her.
Well, she's out of range. Yes,
Good point.
Yeah.
he's
Has
going
also
to
line of
use.
sight.
She is going to use Bull's Strength. You now have advantage on all strength-based checks.
Go
Ooh.
grapple it!
Oh, that's a beautiful idea.
Wait, actually,
I
do you
do
have
it-
it? Wait, do you already have that with your Giant Smite?
What?
Giant's might not
Advantage?
work. Huh?
Yeah, Giant's Might gives, from what I remember, Giant's Might gives you advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Yeah, it does.
In that
That is true.
case, instead, what she's going to do, she's going to give you Cat's Grace. You're going to have advantage on all dexterity checks.
And so-
Yay!
Yay!
And, as a bonus, you don't take falling damage from falling 20 feet or less.
Nice.
Yep, because that's Cat's Grace.
Yep. Omen, at the end of your turn, roll me another Constitution saving throw.
Of course.
You
I'm
got
terrible
this.
at these, but I will, before that, I will use my bonus action to move the spiritual weapon. But I'm not going to move it where you think I'm going to move it. I'm going to have it fly 20 feet diagonally downwards this way.
I see what
You
you're doing.
You specifically said the
I'm
barrier
aware.
was 5 feet high, so this weapon is going to fly over it, or attempt to on its next turn.
Yep.
That's one. Got this.
20, that's as far as it can go.
Okay.
And then end of my turn, con save.
Yep, con save.
I'm terrible at these.
You feel yourself
Oh,
free.
Say.
That's what
Phew.
you said.
You feel yourself free as you're able to move your body again.
Ugh, son of a...
As you say that, though.
Yeah, here
Oh
we
no.
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw for me, Omen.
Of course it's going to do it again.
This one's gonna hurt.
14.
You matched, so you're gonna take half damage. Oh, oh fuck! Oh, thank God! Oh, I've never seen that happen before.
He
Max
rolled
damage.
max. And you rolled max, didn't you?
I almost rolled max. You would have taken 30 necrotic damage, but it is
I
cut
would've
down in half.
almost killed me.
It is cut down in half to 15. I rolled 3 8s in a row there. I was like,
Ugh, son of a...
as you see this great green beam from its eye strike you. That's his last interaction of the round. Roderick, it's your turn.
Oh. She yell, as
Oh.
you get hit, she yells at, son of a necrotic whore.
What? I'm gonna jump down from here.
Oh, I thought you were gonna try and jump to grapple it.
Oh, I didn't know if I could do that. I don't
You
know.
can,
If
you're
there's
tall.
any-
That's what I was thinking what to do. 'cause I
Roll
need
me.
my
You.
heat
It will
back.
be an athletics check with advantage, but it is an athletics check.
Let's do this.
Come on.
Not
Oh, nice!
You jump. Roll a strength saving throw for me, because here's the downside.
Come on. Come on.
Strike saving
Still
throw.
advantage.
Yes.
Still advantage.
18. The stone slab still holds, but you grab onto it. It's looking directly at you as you're just like grabbing onto this undead, unholy abomination.
Wait, doesn't that mean their speed becomes 0?
Yes. However, it's still
Hello.
floating. It's
Can
still
it-
floating.
Hello, thing.
Can it hover?
Yeah, it can.
Damn.
I wouldn't be able to attack, would I now?
Hang on, I have a question. I do have a question though. If he made himself large, does he kind of go under the effect of the like enlarge reduce? Because if that's the case, his weight is going to be multiplied by fucking 8.
Technically, no, because it says it only doubles this height. It does not say anything about so no.
So skinny. And
But that is your
Everyone,
action to do, Roderick. That was your action.
okay.
You do have action
Action
surge, though.
I'll use action shirt. Action.
Brother
Action.
boy.
I can't speak.
Honest
And
question,
then-
how would moving a grappled creature apply here?
You can't. He has no way to move it.
He could,
Yeah.
like, thrust his body against it heavily.
It would be contested at that point. Then look, we'll get
Yeah.
into it later. Roderick, what do you
is
want to
anyway,
do? What do you want to do?
I will action surge and swing with Beatrice.
Okay, roll it. Ooh! Roll damage.
Jesus.
He's
Come
gonna-
on.
Oh.
Oh,
You also
I'm gonna-
20,
does he
21
get
points of
does he
damage.
also get a 1d6? He also gets a
Wait.
1d6 because of giant
I'm gonna
might.
use mine.
2d6 because of Giant's Might.
2d6.
For the crit.
Yeah.
1d6
Okay, so-
normally be 2d6 because crit.
2d6.
Yep. Also, I'm gonna have to fix on your sheet. 6 more points of damage. Oof, it's
How much
looked like
damage
it's
did I
hurting.
do? How much total damage did I do? 13 plus 8?
27.
21.
Yeah, 27.
Jesus, 7.
That's a good hit.
21, 27. 30.
You slash into it with your axe, and you get clean into it. It screeches out in pain, but now it's all its eyes are focused on you.
Hello, big boy.
Right now.
Big kiss.
All its eyes.
Oh god,
no.
I'm scared.
Shit.
Oh no.
Roderick, second attack.
Oh, that's right. I can attack with my warhammer.
Yep. Yeah, bonus
Ah!
action. 9 misses.
Damn it. Oh well.
As you cling it, it just does not seem to find purchase as you try to keep holding on to this creature. It's now Ethan's turn. Ethan's gonna move over here, and he's gonna try and throw the sphere.
Please kill it, Ethan.
Not with that roll.
God
But a
damn it,
natural
Ethan.
20, though.
That
Nice.
might.
Go
He summons
Ethan.
it back
Ethan.
again. 9, 12 points of damage, but it is still up.
Oh,
It's a
that's scary.
tough, powerful creature, man.
Guys, I'm holding it. Kill it, please, before he tries to kill me.
Trying. Lipia, it's your turn.
Alright,
I'm just gonna-
I can't stealth anymore because my
Roderick's down there,
gone.
holding it.
Right, I'm gonna throw my psychic blade at the beholder.
Alright, this will break stealth. Roll with advantage.
Come
Oh,
on!
Oh.
The dice do not like you.
Oh
Fair!
Yeah,
Roll
no.
damage. Roll damage.
Lipia, no!
no! Right there!
Roderick, you
Oh.
take 7 points of psychic damage as you try to aim in between Roderick, but you hit him right in the butt cheek.
I love how Snow was like, no.
Also, think of the fact, everyone else sees this psychic blade go into his butt cheek, but you just get a migraine.
Yeah, you get a migraine, Roderick, and you don't know what. 7 misses.
Hey, come on!
I'm about
Do you wish
get
to
hit.
move anywhere?
No, I can't move. Well, I can, but
Yeah, you
there's
have movement.
no point.
You can move. I mean, you can move just to get out of the way of an AoE effect,
Yeah.
potentially.
Well, I mean,
Fine that it has an AoE.
20, 25.
well,
There.
I'm gonna get hit with a lot of this stuff.
Alright. It's now the Grave Digger, so he's gonna look at the Raven. Pathetic magic! As he dispels magic it.
Oh,
Be gone!
What level?
Your Spiritual Guardian is a 2nd level.
Yep.
Dispel magic is a 3rd base.
Yeah, it would dispel it either way. Doesn't matter what level he uses.
It's now the
Oh, God,
Beholder's
this is-
turn.
I'm about to get hurt. I'm in
Yes!
danger.
You are! It's going. I need
Okay.
you to make a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage because you are literally on the creature.
Oh,
This is
no.
gonna hurt. This is genuinely gonna hurt. I am sorry.
Guys, this may be the end of Roderick.
Hopefully not, because if this kills you, you're dead.
Oh, he's hitting you with the disintegration.
This is a disintegration.
Okay,
Yeah, it is.
12, 14,
No. Shit, stop counting.
21, 24 points of force damage.
Ah,
Are you at 0?
free help.
Roderick, roll me an athletics check to see if you can still hold on to this creature. You pass the DC. You are fine. But you just... Yeah, you just took a lot of damage.
Well, hey, the good news is, technically, if he had been in theory reduced to 0, he has that ability that lets him drop to 1 instead, so he would never have technically hit
That's
0.
a barbarian thing.
No,
That's
he's
a
a Goliath.
That is an orc thing.
That's an orc thing.
That's
if
an
that's
orc
what you're saying.
thing.
Wait, don't you have a
It-
cloud?
it's a-
Don't you have the cloud rune?
Who
That's
can he...
an attack, I believe.
Who can he possibly transfer the damage to?
That's
Him.
an attack roll, I believe.
It can't...
It would
It,
have to be.
it has to be within range, and he's not within range.
Yeah. that's
It would
the
be.
thing.
it would be
Roderick,
the
you
Anya.
do, however... Actually, never mind. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, but anyways, that is
What
the
are you
Beholder Zombie's turn. Armin, it is your turn. You just saw Roderick take a massive amount of damage.
Yeah, I know.
We have to kill this thing.
He's
Armin?
still holding on. He's like, kill him,
Yeah.
please.
Roll me a
Oh, no.
wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Ah, 11.
It does not happen yet. Okay. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna. Can you delete that token? I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna put a new one out there. if it's alright.
Okay, real quick, reroll initiative with it because I'll need it on the screen.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, God.
I'll
it's
keep
still
it
at
as a 22.
22.
I know it is a 22. I'm gonna keep it as 22
Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, wow.
for semantics' sake. What do you want to do,
Semantics
Armin?
sake. I'm gonna.
I'm scared.
Don't be.
Oh, you also had
Don't be.
stone. in
12 probably
mind.
misses.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh
that's
wait.
what I was
Okay,
thinking.
1 second. What are you doing?
Just shooting at the beholder.
Did you shoot?
Yes.
It has not appeared on my
12.
screen. Okay, there, I just popped up.
It was
12 misses.
Yeah.
It bounces off its skin. It's gonna have legendary action. Roderick, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Goliath should be good at these.
He's a fighter.
Say
And a
that.
fighting
Call out
part.
your roll. As a reminder, call it out. Con save.
Constitution.
Yep, it's not the same effect. You pass, so you're going to take half damage.
This is not good, guys.
3,
I'm good.
9... 17 points of necrotic damage, cut down half to 9. Or, my bad, it's 8.
I'm unconscious.
It fires you with this green energy, and you fall onto the ground unconscious.
Do you have Stone's Endurance?
Meta.
I do,
Alright,
but I won't do
I
it.
don't think it's meta to remind someone
Okay.
of their own abilities.
fine.
It's meta.
Alright, I will allow it this one time because it's a dare or die situation.
Okay.
Roll
Well, let's see.
the dice. You're looking to beat an 8 worth of damage. Like, you're looking to get at least 5.
Roll.
Alright, remind me again how Stone's Endurance work? It's a dice plus what?
It's roll a d12, add your Constitution modifier to the number of rolls.
Alright, you're looking... Alright, roll it.
1d12. Please, gods, be on my side.
You do not take any damage, you endure it. Anya, it's your turn.
Oh shit.
Come on, big fluff.
We need
Um,
to kill this thing.
I
I'm
know
still
that.
very much- I'm very much weak still.
I know. You're on it, right? You're just clinging
I'm
onto it,
glad-
and you're right here.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a nice bear hug. I'm like, please stop hurting me.
This thing has to be close, though.
You would
I
think.
don't know. Because me.
I don't
Can
think
I-
it is, though.
Since he's literally like close to this edge over here, am I just able to like climb onto him?
Athletic. Actually, yes, you could, but it's athletics to stabilize yourself on him.
Definitely athletics.
Okay,
Robert,
because all I want to do is literally just go up, climb, and stab this thing.
Roll in athletics, I will count this as your bonus action.
You don't have
I
advantage
got
on it 'cause you're raging.
I have, yes, I'm raging.
Roger gives you his power.
25.
This works, but walking on that will be considered difficult terrain.
That's fine, because I'm only gonna go right here and try to slice off.
You're
some
on
of the
his
side.
shoulder. You're on his shoulder. Roll it.
Please hit
And
it.
I'm gonna
Roll it.
reckless.
Okay, roll it.
Please kill it.
24 hits.
24.
Please kill it.
15 points of damage, not bad.
I'm trying to cut off some of its eyes while I'm doing this.
That will be a crit in order to do that.
Ooh, okay.
Oh. Please don't kill it. You're my only hope. Someone help.
It's
I
gonna...
used my bonus action. I already used my action. I'm good.
Alright, it's gonna... Another con save, Roderick.
This is gonna
Wow,
suck.
he is bullying poor Roderick here.
You've had... Well, it's on him.
It's on me, but
You have this.
You
wolf
pass,
on
but
your
you're gonna take
shoulders.
half. 12,
you could
14.
stop right there.
16,
I'm
cut
taking
down.
it. I'm-
As you do, you begin to fall. Anya, roll me an athletics check as if you want to avoid falling with
I'm-
Roderick, roll an athletics check to see if you can hold on to the beholder.
Okay, I'm raging, so it's at advantage. I'm
Yes.
gonna hold on to the beholder.
Oh god, I
13.
Oh, boy.
As you're about to grab, it slips through your claws. You're gonna take, because you're falling 10 feet,
Oh,
4 points of bludgeoning damage, cut down half to 2. Roderick, you take no damage, because remember, cat's endurance. Or cat's grace.
But giant
Well,
skeletons, I do believe.
I got still. Like
Yeah.
I took a lot of. I was still
Yeah,
down.
so you're down.
Yes,
So
I
you're
was
on death
down.
saving throws. You're gonna GM the
One.
rolls to me. Alright, it's...
Poor
Alright,
person, no.
it's now
I got
Celica's
what?
turn. Cel's gonna
What'd you
move up.
say? Oh, God,
What'd you
please
say? What'd you say?
don't. You said death saving throws and something else. I didn't hear that second part.
You roll it in private. Okay,
Oh.
you know what? Celica's gonna jump on you. You are tall, so she won't take the fall damage. She's gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd fucking level.
Please save me.
15 range.
She's on him.
She's sitting on my.
I meant if the guy in
Oh, I
range
know.
counted spell.
I'm being kind here. He's doing it at 2nd level. You heal for 12 points of healing as you're back up.
Hey, I'm alive.
Omen, it's your turn.
Omen is going to
Does
Move.
Roderick have a healing potion?
5, 10,
He does, yes.
15,
Yes, he does because I gave mine to him.
30,
It shall be.
and will Eldritch Blast the beholder again.
Okay, roll it.
18,
That hits.
5 force damage.
Yes, you do good, but it's still very much up.
Oh,
We've done a lot to this thing.
And that is everything I'm going to do.
Okay. Roderick, you're up.
So I'm
Do I
what's
need
the
to-
range on counter spell again?
60.
am I standing again?
60.
60.
What?
Am-
If you're
am-
standing up,
am I stand-
it's... Let's see, it was 10 feet from them at 20 feet. You are barely within range because of your large creature status, but yes, you are within range.
Doesn't
You
that
know
end
what?
when he goes unconscious?
Technically, no. It's like
I will-
Asmar's ability. He doesn't hold concentration on it.
And-
It only is if he's dead.
Yeah.
I will swing with Beatrice. That hurt. Damn it.
9 misses. As you swing, it just grazes its skin as it misses. You got a bonus action attack.
I will attack with my warhammer.
Okay.
Please, God, be on my side.
19 hits. Roll damage. And add a d6 to it. 11.
And D6. Please, God, give me D6. Cool.
As you strike it, it should feel like it should go down, but it's still up.
It has undead fortitude.
Of course it has undead fortitude.
It's a zombie. Let me remind you, this is a beholder zombie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not every undead has undead fortitude.
But here's the
Zombie.
thing. In that
It's
sense,
zombie
with that
though,
one.
so yeah.
With that one, we just need 1 damage. Please, someone do 1 damage.
Well, no, that's how it works.
No,
it's until
gotta-
he fails
I
a
believe
check.
It's, gotta make a,
It's
gotta
until
make
it
a
fails a
Yeah.
check.
We
Or
don't
if,
fail
or
the
if it's from a
combo.
critical. It's Ethan's
Fail.
turn. That
Oh,
misses.
Ethan.
Ethan hits
Hit
it.
it, please.
He does 5 points of damage. He passes the con save. He is still up. He summons the sphere back.
Come on, come on.
Olympia,
Guys.
roll me a wisdom check.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Oh.
Wisdom check,
That's-
not save. Check.
Alright.
And with advantage. Omen, you feel something off. Okay, Omen? You and Lipia both hear the fluttering of raven-like wings in the distance.
Okay.
To me. That doesn't sound good at all.
Lipia.
Yep.
As you're raining your psychic blade, you hear in your head. Here is my guidance. Use it well. As you see your psychic blade turn from purple into a white form. Roll attack.
Kill
Okay.
it, please.
That hits. Roll damage.
Please, you got this, Lipia. We believe in you. Giving our
Now
energy.
roll an extra 3d8 radiant damage.
It's dead.
Holy shit!
It comes
Guys,
dead.
guys, hold your hands up for the spirit bomb.
Spirit Mom!
3.
I'm holding.
Alrighty.
Oh, God.
You hold your your psychic blade forward. You pull out your arm. As you do, you almost feel like you hear the sound of raven wings flapping, and she throws it. And it goes through its eye, and as it glows, and you watch as the whole body glows before it goes down dead.
Oh my God. Oh God. I'm
What was
scared.
that?
None of you saw that effect.
All
The
I
Zion
know
Beholder
is
is dead.
Thank God we killed it.
You are too late, for I revived, for the ritual is complete. As you see the Gravedigger hold his hands up towards you.
No!
Watch in despair, my greatest creation! As the tomb lid flies up. A second goes by. 5. 10. Nothing happens.
Omen just looks towards him. He's like, having technical difficulties.
He turns behind him. Empty!
It's been empty the whole time.
The wall fades.
Omen's got to smirk. It's like, did you seriously not check the tomb to make sure there was a body in
How
there?
is it empty? The Acolyte said it was here! He said it was here! No matter,
Acolyte.
He lied then.
I will flee. I will fight. I will... Roll me perception, everyone. He does not seem to notice this.
I probably don't either.
Nope, not with
Does
the
it
knife.
have? Is it based
No.
off of sight? Okay, so it's
Well,
just
smell kind of, yes.
Oh,
Nice. Okay.
Doesn't matter. You hear
27.
You hear footsteps approach Anya. As he looks, no, I consult again. You are all beneath me as he's about to dimension door, but you watch as smoke around him curls around and travels back into a person staying on the pillar. You see this
Let me guess.
woman,
Ooh.
high elven, old, looks to be in her 50s or 60s physically, with gray long hair that is braided.
Wow.
Pointed ears as she wears blue and gold-like robes with purple outlines on them. A book on her side.
Wait a minute.
You! Thalamor, you really were such a promising student. It's a shame.
Oh shit!
As
What
you...
is this?
Yeah,
the
it's
woman.
her. It's the woman.
It's the art.
No! You are beneath me, you're all beneath me! I will start again! I'm gonna add Vad to the initiative count.
Oh,
Well,
do this then.
You all have done well. I trust this will not be a further problem.
Vidania.
Vidania.
what-
Yeah, Vidania.
Vidania, yes,
Vidania.
Vidania.
I trust this person should not bother you much. Alright, that is your turn, Lipia. It's now the Gravedigger's turn. No! Did you use her counterspell? Back in initiative now.
Okay.
You are beneath me. You are beneath me, tiefling. He's gonna look towards you. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
What's with the con saves?
Well, first, let's see if this hits.
Well,
Yeah, that's gonna
sick.
fucking hit. Okay,
Oh no.
he casts Ray of Sickness on you.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Oh,
For the record, that was a 23 to hit you.
Yeah.
So Flynn's getting down with the sickness?
I dropped the dice.
I'm sorry.
Alright. So first off, you're gonna take... He casted this at first level. First off, you are going to
Wait, he
take...
had non-warlock slots?
You assumed he was a warlock?
Yes.
He's the mage.
He's a necromancer.
Don't
He's a
give me-
homie.
You're gonna
He's a
take...
Whatever. How much damage?
You're gonna take 11 points of poison damage. And now you are poisoned.
Which is disadvantage on a whole bunch of shit.
Yep. But yes.
However, I will use my reaction to hellish rebuke him.
Alright, I'll roll the dexterity saving throw. Fails.
Yes.
Ooh.
16 fire damage.
Ugh! Seriously, why did you think he was a warlock?
He just looks like a warlock to me.
He isn't, believe it or not.
He's a necro.
He's a necromancer. He is a mage. He did say he went to a mage academy in the journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's got a long rest in, so he's back up to full.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You do a good amount of damage to him. Ugh! Insolent worm. Alrighty. Armin, it's your turn. Roll me a wisdom check.
Wisdom
Okay.
check.
Yep.
16.
You feel your devilish mantle come out. You feel like it
I
wants to come
do?
out as you hear the howl grow louder.
Oh.
Something feels different about it, though.
He's like just breathing heavy, trying to
Do you
almost
allow
keep
it?
contain at the same time.
Do you allow it to come out?
In this one, if it feels different,
That is
go
what
big
you
or
hear.
go home. He would.
As you do, you don't feel any rage in this current juncture. You feel perfectly in control.
Still in his devilish form though.
And you hear this. You will find me in time, boy. You're in devilish mantle form.
Wait, do I have to make a save, don't I?
No, you're just not taking the fire
No.
damage. Right now, you're not taking the fire damage. You have your movement, including your fly speed.
Yeah. So he is going to He's going to, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, 1, 2, 3. He's gonna move here, and then he's gonna fly up 15 feet, and he's gonna hunter's mark him and shoot at him with his bow.
You moved the hunter's mark, yes. Okay. Roll it.
You got this, Armin.
26 hits.
He's gonna take 7 piercing damage. He did take some damage, so 2 I swear if I roll another one.
Yeah.
It's
If I roll another one, and you roll another one.
Oh well.
Oh,
Alright.
well.
The
Well,
Grave
not
Digger is
take-
going to
now
legendary
he's out of
action.
range.
Of course.
Oh god.
He's going to cast Bigby's Hand.
Ooh.
Oh,
Big piece.
my-
Oh no.
Big beast
No.
Big feet.
He's gonna try and scare you this one.
He's gonna try to grapple. Or
And
see.
he is going
me
to
look.
go... It's going to appear right in front of you, Anya.
God, don't grab the floof. Don't touch my floof.
He's gonna touch the floof.
Yes, he...
Okay.
Armin's gonna be.
He's gonna
Alright.
touch the floof.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Armin, he's.
please.
Oh man,
No,
the Grave
no.
Digger.
Don't
Your
touch me,
floof.
please.
Alright. It is... It is going to strike you.
Oh.
That is a 25 to hit you.
But what's
The
going on?
Bigby's hand is hitting you.
It's hitting me. It's
Yes.
giving me a big slap.
Yes.
Or punch.
What the?
Does the
Ooh,
25 hit
it'll-
you?
It does. It very much does.
21 points of force damage.
Ow! Oh, I'm
As it...
down.
You're down?
Oh.
I'm down.
Anya, you
I'm
go
up here.
down, and Rook stands on your body trying to protect you. It's now Celica's turn. Celica's gonna run over and cure wound you.
Leave that one. He's down.
Okay.
So, you heal for 9 points of healing damage, Anya.
9 points.
As you're up, you see Rook in front of you, like, growling at the hands. Hey,
Good
got sick in the
puppy.
fight. Got sick in the fight, buddy. He's gonna look.
Can't get up.
Yep.
Go ahead.
I need... This is not over. He's gonna try and cast Blight.
Okay.
Oh no.
I need
on.
Armin and Omen.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah, no.
I am 15 feet up. Does it still affect me?
It's centered on you, so...
Oh.
Well, let's see. You
Okay.
just turned into a devil person. Yes, he wants that body. I will start again. I will start with you. I need you. And let me
what's the
check.
range on Blight?
Give me a sec. It's only a target. My bad. It is only a target. However, you need to roll a Constitution saving throw for me as he runs up to you.
19?
Pass. So you're gonna take
wish I
half
had
damage.
advantage.
You're gonna take half damage. Believe me, this is much better. All right, 14,
Oh god.
Oh, I don't
24,
like that.
26.
Oh, no. Ow.
This is not
You're
good.
taking half damage, dude. 26.
Still.
35 points of damage cut down in half to 17. Necrotic.
What? Ow. Ow, that hurt.
You feel this necrotic energy wave over you. I will start with you, boy.
You're not. You're going your time today.
Omen, it's your turn.
Alright. So, I will... how do I want to do this? Okay, first of all... it's an action... Yeah, I'm really hurting. So as
I feel-
an action, I am going to cast False Life on myself.
Smart.
Ooh. Very smart indeed. Boy, boy, boy.
I get 8 temporary health. Eight temporary health. And I'm going to move away from where I'm in to get out of AoE range.
Okay. He's gonna use his last legendary action to target you with Chill Touch.
Who's you?
Me,
Oh,
probably.
Omen.
Yeah.
That is a 26 to hit you.
That hits.
This is going to hurt.
This might not
I
be
would have
there.
less.
Oh boy. 18 points of necrotic damage.
I'm unconscious.
Oh.
Celica's having to play healer super hard right now.
Yeah. That's... Unfortunately.
It's now Vandika's turn. All that potential you wasted on a childish notion. I really am ashamed of you. She's gonna... Okay, one second, I gotta reopen her sheet. I'm really disappointed in you. She is gonna look towards him. And she is gonna cast a lightning bolt on him, which he is going to counterspell.
Okay,
But it
fair.
does waste his counterspell reaction. Keep in mind, he was kind of saving it for, you know, the most powerful spellcaster here.
Yeah, fair.
Roderick, it is your turn.
Well, first things first, I'm gonna drink my health potion.
That is
Is
an
that
action.
needed? That is needed. I still need to do it.
You can second winds, remember.
Oh, that's right, I do have second wind. And that's a bonus action, or is that an action?
Correct.
It is a bonus action. Second wind is a bonus action.
I'll go ahead and use.
Alright,
second
roll
wind.
1d10 plus your fighter level, which is 4.
Roll 1d10. And you said plus 4.
You heal for 7. What would you like to do with your movement and action?
Okay. I'll go ahead and would I be able to move right next to the Gravedigger?
How much
shot.
would you have?
Well, it's 30.
So you should be able to.
Okay. And I will swing down on him with Beatrice.
Roll it.
17.
17.
Yeah.
That hits.
Yes. There's that, and then the 1d6 from
You annoy me.
15.
You annoy me, Goliath.
Oh, I'm annoying. Is that so?
It's now Ethan's turn. He's gonna move up, and he's gonna
Huh?
throw his spear. Severity.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
Oh.
Roderick, you take 4 points of piercing damage as you feel something poke your back. He summons it back, and he's gonna try and throw again.
Don't you dare roll another one.
Well, he rolled a 2, so he missed.
I roll a 1.
Lippia, it's your
Well,
turn.
let's-
Your psychic blades have returned to a normal pink-like color.
Pink.
Or by a purple-like
I'm-
color.
Okay,
It's
5,
purple too.
10, 15, 20. For fuck's sake, out, behave. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna move here and I'm gonna throw my psychic blades at him.
Roll attack.
This is scaring me. Oh, thank God.
Sake.
18
18.
hits.
18,
Oh, yeah,
that
no.
hits.
17 hits, you forget.
You guys are doing better against him this time than you were in the sewers, I'll say that much. Ugh.
That is true.
10 points of damage.
But
Yep. Alright, second attack hits. Not counting sneak and not counting the deck. He takes another 4 points of damage.
Actually, if we're being technical, those were rolled backwards.
Yes,
Remember-
but the damage dice is set the same.
yeah,
Actually,
no,
no,
it's not.
it's not. I'll add an extra 2 damage to him, but that's as far as I'm gonna go there. Just make sure to click the right ones. Alright, anyways, you're a little wide. It's now the
Why
grave...
my mouse on that one? My mouse is acting up.
Yep, alright, it's now the Gravedigger's turn. He's gonna bonus action, have Bigby's hand hit you again on ya.
Well, fucking hell.
That's an at 1.
That's a parody.
Except he has advantage because you're prone.
Yeah.
That's an F4, so that is a 11 to hit you.
That misses.
The hand's about to go down, and it looks like it's about to hit Rook, so you put your glaive up and block it. No one's
Not
hurting
my
your...
baby.
Oh,
No
my
one's-
baby.
No one's bloody hurting your boy, Anya.
Nope, nobody's hurting my pup.
But for his action, the Gravedigger is going to cast Circle of Death.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
I'm pretty cool. about that.
However, counterspelled. You watch this as the chronic energy surges around you. You all face oblivion as he just goes, and it just like watches she goes into her hand. Have I really taught you so little, Valamor? Don't call me that!
Valamor?
That. This guy's name is. Oh, that's sad.
Armin, it's your turn.
That's bad.
I'm gonna drop down. I'm gonna move right here. That's all my movement. I'm gonna try and hit him with my great axe.
Yep.
Move up.
That.
19.
That hits.
Yeah.
He's going to take 7.
Okay.
7 Colossus and 600. So 20 points as well as 2.
He's
fire
looking rough. However, at this point, you watch his big hand. The arm just dissipates on you right in front of you. He's lost concentration on Bigby's hand.
Oh,
I would
you
expect
also-
with a hit
Roderick,
like
Roderick,
Yeah.
you also take 2 fire damage.
Ah,
Everyone
son of a
within
whore.
10 feet of me. Sorry, bud.
I'm not.
I am
Oh, well,
sorry.
Yep. All right.
I'm still alive.
It is now his turn.
Staying alive.
It is now his legendary action.
Oh no.
I require your life force, Goliath.
Oh no.
Oh fuck! That's a natural 20. As he casts Vampire
Oh.
Tux on you. 10, 11, 19, 21 points of necrotic damage.
I am unconscious.
You fall over.
Does he
And-
heal like all of that or half of it?
You don't know.
I was asking aloud. It isn't. I was thinking like I'm thinking to myself.
Yep. At this point, Roderick, it has been a minute. Your giant form has faded, by the way.
Oh, I did.
Now, where were we?
Oh, I wish he was further back. 'cause
Anya,
he
it's your turn.
fire damage.
So my rage would be down 2 at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm going as Bigby hands dissipate. I'm going to use my glaive to help myself up. So I'm up using half of
He
my movement speed.
Rook goes back into your goes back into your claw.
And
Yep.
I'm gonna go into a rage again.
Your last rage, make it count.
I'm going to reckless. 20.
20 hits. 14 points of damage. You watch as he doesn't take some of that.
Huh?
What?
He had temporary HP because of Vampire Touch.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
like siphoned it from me. I'm 15.
Alright. That is your turn, right?
Calico, hurry.
I have no time for you, wolf. My prize awaits me. As he is gonna look at you and cast Blight again on you, Armin.
Another con save.
Another con save.
Pass.
You
18?
pass, so you're gonna take half.
It's still
12.
This isn't gonna be good.
12.
Don't touch armor.
Well, 1 second. 12, 24, 29,
This is scary.
29, 35,
Oh my
43
God.
points of damage, cut down in half to 21.
Dude.
Are you down?
No. but
Oh
I'm
my God! Alright.
You lucky bastard.
He's beefy.
Calico.
1, 2, 3, 4,
I-
5. Okay, Celica's
wow.
gonna cure wounds you, Omen.
Alright.
It's not gonna be good.
She is using all her spell slots on heals right now.
Yep, that's pretty much the
Heal
problem.
4. You heal for 8 points of damage. As you're back up, Omen. Hey, we need you. Stay up.
Thanks for that.
He is going to use his last legendary action to look at you. To look at Celica. Interlopers. Spell shall not interfere as he casts Ray of Sickness at... As he's going to cast Blight at 5th level on her.
This
Oh.
might,
I need to roll a con save for Celica.
this might
That's
That
one.
is not kosher.
Nat 20.
This might...
No, not 20. Oh, wait. Yes,
Yeah.
not 20.
Well, 12, so she fails. This is
Oh.
going to be
Oh,
full
no.
damage.
Oh
This is-
no, that might
actually-
actually might bring her
This
down.
is going to be 98 worth of damage.
Oh,
This-
no.
Dude.
This is
Well,
a
that's
welcome to
together.
boss fights, and it won't kill her.
You put us against
Yes,
at
it'll
least
kill her.
ninth level spellcaster.
He doesn't have 9th level spells.
No, a level not my bad. Level 9 spellcaster at least. Because they're doing casting 5th level spells, dude.
Actually, Circle of Death is 6. And you have an Archmage on your side, so don't complain.
Yeah, but he's counterspelling her every fucking turn.
Well,
Yeah, well-
yeah, but she's kind of spelling. But yeah, but hear me out though. You guys didn't suffer Circle of Death.
Fair.
Yes, but I'm also down.
11, 13.
I'll essentially have people, 2 people
13.
down.
1 second.
Again?
13, 23,
Oh.
36, 39 points of damage. By 1, Celica is down.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude! Please, we're so close.
You
Killer's down.
you
We're
guys are
out of
really close.
mana.
Oh man, it's your turn. Celica just drops as you see them. They just drop.
And
Look at how they fall, Vandika. Venya. Oh, my bad.
Vidania.
Look how they fall, Vidonia. You are a fool to reject me.
Oh, you wanted to go on a date.
God.
Omen, what do you want to do?
I don't think I have a healing potion, guys. Oh, I do. So I'm gonna I'm gonna put in my bag, pop my potion of healing, and basically throw it down Silica's throat. Wow, that was a bad roll.
Celica's up.
Nothing.
Hello.
As she does, I like better. You need to stay up too.
Alrighty, that is your action. Bonus action?
None, but I'm gonna move.
Okay. Is now
Hi, guys.
Vidania.
Yeah, thank you. Look, I'm tired, man. It's now Vidania's turn. She's gonna cast Magic Missile, but he's unaware of what she's casting, so he's gonna counterspell out of reaction, making him waste a higher level spell slot. You've seen. You're running. I don't think you have many of these left. Shut up! Roderick, roll me a death saving throw in private. Do not tell anyone what it is.
So just roll it on D&D Beyond for now?
No.
Or like a
Do /GM roll 1d20.
GM space roll or GM
GM roll one
together?
word. Together. And then space
One.
1d20.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Alright, that is your turn, Roderick. It's now Ethan's turn. Sod it! He's gonna run up, and he's gonna use a potion of healing.
Good idea.
Roderick, you heal for 4 points of damage.
Right.
Lippia, it's your turn.
Right.
Actually, no, my bad. Ethan's gonna action surge.
Okay.
Hey!
That hits.
Hey, Jacob.
That hurts. You guys are in the middle of a boss fight. You're almost done.
Yeah.
Alright,
High level boss fight.
You have been running back and forth with the healing spells.
you have been
Before-
carrying this team. Alright, he does 12 points of damage to him, but he's still up. Lippia, it's your turn.
Go for the support.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and psychic blades.
You have advantage.
Okay.
Because
Yep.
you're flanking.
Come on.
19 hits, roll damage. Roll another attack.
You can kill it.
How do you want to do this? He has 1 HP left. How do you want to fucking do this?
Oh,
Lipius, I, I'm going to summon my psychic blade, grab the back of his head, and put the psychic blade to his throat and say, say hello to your maker as I shove it in and as I quickly shove it in and cut it across his throat.
You shove the first blade into his back as you turn him, and then you slash his throat with the second hand as he gets down to his knees, unable to speak, grasping, and then falls down dead. Congratulations, you have beaten the Gravedigger and his zombie beholder.
Armin
Yes.
backs away, by the way, because I assume he's still in his mantle at the moment.
Yeah.
So none
It
of you
ends
guys
after a
get
minute.
hurt.
Omen's just
I
gonna.
know, but just for at the moment, like he's kind of just like backing away and he's like looking down in the.
You
the
see,
his hands to just keep an eye.
Vidana fly, like, hover over and then gracefully, slowly float down. Well, I am sorry, Thalamor. You could have been great. Childish notions of ambition, however, were your folly. And who are the lot of you?
When the wolf
Omen's
pack,
out of range. Omen's out of range to hear this, and she's just panting on the floor, panting anyway.
Lipia says, panting, we are the wolf pack.
hello.
I'm Lipia.
I'm Roderick.
Armin's not paying attention to her. He's kind of just looking around, wondering where the hell that voice came from.
You don't hear it again.
Can I
Oh.
smell the
Solomon?
magic on her?
Yes, without a check. Holy shit, this woman is magical. Like, she currently has an effect on her. But yeah, there is magic reeking off of her.
You know.
You smell like magic.
Well, that would make
Lots
sense.
of it.
That would make sense considering I am an archmage. Alright, introductions are in order. I am Vidana, headmistress and archmage of the Mages Academy here in Juliton.
Yeah, we kind of know
Who's the what
who
it's?
you are.
Don't worry about it.
Lipia actually says, yeah, we kind of know who you are.
Then you have been in the city for plenty of time, then.
No.
I don't know who she is.
Actually, we do. And
Within the diary, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that was in the diary.
Yeah, but it's Anya, so, you know.
Yeah, it's like,
Do you think she'll be listening?
Yeah.
probably not. Mentioned you in the diary.
Curious that. I'm sure he would. She moves up to the king's tomb, or at the very least, the prince's tomb. Curious that it is empty.
Yeah, we don't know why.
The undead attack should be stopped now that he is gone.
That's good.
You have all done a wonderful job. Thank you, Wolfpack. With that, she teleports away.
Lipia just.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, you were gonna say.
No, you go first. You go first.
Alright, Lipia just drops to the floor, exhausted. Like, what the hell happened in there?
in terms of what for who?
Philippia herself. Her blade went white.
I am too far away, so I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
approach if you want.
So yeah, I'll start approaching at this point, being like kind of, Lipia,
Yeah.
what the hell was that?
I don't know. I
think
don't know. Oh,
Did you hear a voice? Anything?
I
I just heard wings.
I heard a voice. It said, here, take my blessing.
Guidance, but close.
Here, take my guidance.
Can you describe it?
It was. Can I describe it?
The voice was soft, yet there seemed to be a lot of weight to it.
It was soft but really weighty.
Think my lady might have just assisted you.
Your lady?
The deity I have a contract with. The
Who
Raven
is-
Queen.
Oh. Wow.
She hates all things undead. Very likely that she chose to intervene here. Our plight.
Yeah, makes sense, but why me?
That I cannot answer.
Well then, it seems you didn't die. As you turn and above on the pillar, you see Lord Jonathan Wellington.
How did I know?
Bitch.
You were involved in this shit.
Am I not
I had-
surprised?
Believe it or not, I had no involvement in this attack.
Right, fair.
Roll an insight if you don't believe him.
Yeah, I don't believe shit.
I
Yeah,
follow philosophy. Believe everyone's full of shit. Damn it.
Why am I the only one rolling good?
Anya? Everyone. He is not lying. Roderick, do you want an insight?
Sure, why not? I'm currently in pain, but I won't insight this best just to fucking hate him.
The Archmaid's still here.
Yeah,
No, she's
No,
all
she's
the way
all the way
away.
away.
oh.
He's gone.
I know it is. He's not lying. Congratulations.
He is not lying. He
know.
had nothing to do with this attack.
Although,
Right.
despite that, why do I get the feeling you're gonna try and incriminate us for this?
Incriminate? Why would I incriminate victims who barely stood their own while I destroy the necromancer?
Oh, that is horseshit.
Leave it. Leave it, Omen. Right now, we can't deal
Say we
with it.
just-
The human among you is very wise. Why the rest of you subhuman piles of filth do not listen to her? I will never understand.
You know what?
Armin's not even paying attention to him.
Olivia just glares at him and speaks up and say, "Watch your tongue. They are my friends, my pack. You treat them with respect."
They are subhumans. This is all the respect they deserve.
And you are a snobbish brat who doesn't deserve his role.
Care to put that theory to the test?
Lipia, he's not worth it.
At
The
this
Rogers
point,
still can't-
Anya. Rook gets up and starts to growl at him. Stupid mutt. as
I'm gonna stand also
kicks
in
it.
between.
Oh,
No, he did not!
He kicks it. He doesn't kill it, but it knocks it out. Stupid mutt.
I'd like to try and grab Anya before she goes and kills this man.
Anya's in a fury!
Athletics versus athletics.
I'm helping. Fuck this shit.
Roderick,
She's in
athletic.
a fury.
21. Roderick.
21 'cause I'm in range.
Yep.
Can I help grab him? Grab her?
No.
Doesn't matter, you
Yeah,
advantage
it would
you
get an
do
advantage. You know, for Anya, you are before Roderick can grab you. You can charge to him if you want.
Oh, dude.
He kicked my baby. Yes.
We are not prepared for this.
No.
And terribly.
Anya, try to roll attack.
He's gonna freaking deflect it or some shit.
With what?
What do you want to roll? What are you trying to attack him with?
And terribly.
I'll attack him with my stick.
Oh, this was a fun campaign, guys.
I guess reckless because I forgot to call reckless because she is angry.
Doesn't matter. As you strike into his armor, it doesn't do any damage whatsoever.
This son of...
Shit.
No way.
He's got metal armor.
I know
Introducing
exactly.
the BBG.
If this is what I think it is, you are a cheeky bastard, Alex.
It doesn't matter.
He looks at you. Mangy wolf. Because you're a victim, I might forgive this transgression if you kneel.
You attacked my pup.
Go,
Apologize.
please.
Lipia walks up to him and says, "Apologize."
The
It's
only
a pop. It didn't do anything to you.
it had the audacity to smell my armor and to threaten us its superior.
You are no superior. You're a brat
Be
that
that
doesn't
as
know.
be that as it may, you all cannot stand against me. I give you a
right.
chance to repent, wolf. Use it.
Yeah, you're full of, no, he isn't worth it. We should get out of here, guys.
Up, Rock gently and says, "Come on, Anya, it's not worth it. He's not worth it.
Go ahead.
He is scum
Give me a
and
reason.
nothing more."
Give me a reason, wolf.
He's
He says that
scum.
in Sylvan, by the way.
I understand that.
Oh, and he
You too.
Oh, Lipia just glares at him.
Celica will step in front of Anya.
Good idea.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nope, Celica's gonna do it. Celica's gonna do it.
Alright.
Anya, stop. This is what he's wanting.
I hear dice moving. That's scary to me.
She blinks and a memory comes back to her. She shakes her head. And she steps back, but she now steps in front of Ethan, protectively.
Oh, yes. That reminds me. Sir Ethan, you're under arrest for defilement of a royal grave.
Oh my god, this fucking dude.
You do know. I mean, you want to say something, but she's not going to.
Lip speaks up and says, "He helped us."
He's done nothing.
Then where's the king's brother's? Then where's the prince's body?
We don't know. It wasn't here when we got.
It wasn't here, and he wasn't here.
Roll me an
when
insight check.
Oh, it's
Oh, this motherfucker. He's this type of guy.
For fuck's sake! Come on.
I'll give. Oh, I didn't call in time. Never mind.
You can give yourself guidance.
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Damn.
If we're all
With
doing
guidance.
Ability checks today.
With guidance. Hang on.
Okay, Roderick and Celica. You both notice that he is not at all surprised that the king's brother's body is missing.
My notes might be right.
That is
I'm
the.
not say anything then. Can I just be like, we are leaving? And kind of try to usher the group towards the exit.
Wait a minute, hang on. Question.
Yeah?
Has he, since he's been here, has he actually looked in the tomb?
Not that you're aware of, no.
Hang on.
I have an idea.
How do you know the tomb's empty? You haven't looked.
I know why. Guess why? I don't want to say it though. Wait.
And why is it that you're giving off the sense that you're not surprised by this?
Why would I be surprised that a filthy half-elf has betrayed his country?
Omen just kind of clicks her fingers up. Leave. Let's leave. Let him play his games. They'll backfire on him in the end.
Ethan walks up and puts his hands up, just surrendering. I go volunteer. It's bet. He's arrogant, but he is skilled. He didn't earn his position through the merits of his family alone.
Fine. But
He may not have, but his actions are what's going to cause his position to come crumbling down. Let's leave. Let him play his game. It's only a matter of time before karma catches up.
Lipia actually puts her arm on his shoulder and whispers
Stay, human. We have business to discuss.
We have no one has any business with you.
I'm not staying. What reason would I stay?
He looks at you. Perhaps a bit of light reading.
Oh, you mean the porn I was reading?
Lipia, roll me an insight check.
Uh,
With advantage. No one else can do this because you're the only one with context. He's not.
the book.
Shh.
Shit.
Shh. Yeah, before you say he's shh. Business only left to the two of us.
Fine, I'll stay.
Go. All right, everyone else. Yep.
Armin,
Everyone else?
like real quick, because I know Anya was kind of standing defensively. Armin goes over near you, puts his hand on your shoulder. You can see this very like almost concerned but just serious look on his face, and he's like, "Let's go."
I'll be fine. I'll catch up with you guys, I promise.
Rook is
Jill-
relatively fine. There's no permanent damage on you looking over him.
Yeah,
If
she
you don't,
she actually clutches him very closely.
Hang on, Lipia's holding him at the moment. She did pick
Yeah.
him up.
I assumed Anya was gonna go grab him.
Lipia hands Rook over to Anya.
Yeah, he's fine. It's just a pup receiving a lot of damage at once. He's just in shock, but he's fine.
Armin would cure
You-
wounds him because I have 2 spell slots left.
As you do that, he shakes his fur and looks up at you, Lipia. He looks happy to see you.
Good boy.
You
If you
see
don't
Anya
ha-
being extremely protective. She has him very close, and she's hunching over. Like she doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Lipia would walk over to Anya and say, "Fine. He's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Get out of here. I'll be safe. I'll be fine.
Be back
Yeah.
soon.
We'll do."
if you're not out of here soon, I'm coming back in here to grab you.
Lipia, join me in secrets.
By the way,
What were you saying, Jacob?
I was gonna say, while we're on our way out, Celica is going to cast Cure Wounds on themselves.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Your last slot. Okay. Back to general, or back to secrets. Lipia, he looks at you. I know exactly who you are.
Really?
Silent Death.
silent death.
Really? Is that why
Yeah.
you opened the book?
You saw the book.
I hear things in my position.
Yeah. Guess you do.
Serve me. Be my spy in your group, and I will remove your curse.
I refuse. I'm not going to spy on my pack.
Why?
Because I'm looking for more than what you want me to do. I don't trust you. I don't like you.
You don't
are
have
treating.
to like
I refuse. You are an arrogant brat. You may be skilled, and I'm not going to deny that.
Let's drop the
You-
facade of arrogance. I grow tired of it. It is a front I play to my enemies. I'd rather you not be my enemy. You are the only human amongst you. Now let me be clear about something, and you better listen well, because I will not repeat it. The Acolyte has his uses, but he is a stepping stone to my ascension to this throne. I could use a woman like you at my side. I know why you joined the Silent Death. I know all about you, Libya. The Acolyte made no small detail. You're human just as I. It is your right just as mine to have power over those lesser than us. You do not want me as your enemy.
I refuse. Lipia gets up and walks away. We're enemies, like it or not.
Then I would not then do not expect that your friend will be treated well in prison. As he punches Ethan to knock him out. Knights fairly do well with those they put away.
You will not get away with this. You are aware of this, correct?
Why do you think that tomb is empty? The same reason why the king will not stop my advances. There's so much more going on.
Shit.
You don't seem to get it, do you?
She's glaring.
This is my... You don't seem to understand, do you?
She's figured it out. I know who he is.
This guy?
Shit. Yeah.
Who do you think he is?
He's the dead prince.
No, he's not.
No. Oh, shit. Okay.
The king's brother was a fool who died a fool's death. The Acolyte is a fool who serves a fool's cause. I'm better than both. You would do well to reconsider before you walk away. I'm the only one who can stop that Acolyte. I'm the only one who knows who he really is.
Believe you.
Hmm?
She says, I don't believe you.
Roll an insight if you want to.
Come on, my fucking rolls have been shit tonight.
He is not fucking lying.
Damn it.
You're just as curious, aren't you?
What if I am? Doesn't mean I'm a traitor to my friends.
That's all you've ever been. A traitor.
And what if I'm trying to change?
We don't change. This way, at least you get your revenge. Consider this very carefully before you take your next step. There are no second chances.
I refuse. She walks away.
Back to General. You guys wait for approximately 5 minutes before Lipia comes out.
Rowling, might I add.
Honestly, I'm not surprised by this. Neither is Selka.
Is he as big an asshole as he looks like?
Let's go. Let's go back.
Say no more.
Roderick is
we're-
currently in his desk.
As we're heading out, Armin grabs Anya's arm to like pull her back a little bit from the group.
She looks a bit. She seems a little defiant, and jumps at the first touch.
Relax.
She then kind of lags behind with you.
I heard.
Rook
I heard the-
sneezes.
I heard the howls, and he spoke to me, or it spoke to me. The Ashen Wolf spoke to me.
Yeah, it spoke to you.
It spoke to me.
The
I was able to control my power freely for the first time.
Whoever's breathing the
Because of
microphone, stop it.
Because of it. And it spoke to me.
one of the strongest spirits that could rival the White Stag spoke to you.
Yes. It simply said I would find it in time. I don't understand, but I need answers. Please tell me you know more about this.
Would I know more?
Roll me a nature check.
14.
Oh,
The Ashen Wolf is a mystery.
Done.
So sorry. I don't know any more about the Ashen Wolf. All I know is that it's a very powerful spirit, one that could rival the Great White Stag.
what's the Great White Stag?
You don't know, Armin? You've never been amongst the tribes of the Beastkin?
He's like,
Ugh.
I don't know what the Great White Stag is.
Anya, you hear White Stag.
Where?
Where?
In your-
Yes.
In your arms.
It's wrong.
Wait.
Oh my. Oh.
Wait. I look down at Rook.
He looks up, Armin looks down.
You don't hear that, Armin.
Oh, I'm the only one?
No one hears this except for Anya.
Oh no!
Oh,
What?
wow.
What is it?
Might just be me.
I'm gonna incite that.
My deception is shit.
I've been rolling like shit, so you might do well.
I have a -1. 12.
Roll insight.
Oh, now I roll good.
Good.
You see that something's confusing her. Something has her kind of in a whirl.
What? What's wrong?
I thought I heard something.
Well, seems we've all been hearing things. As he kind of turns towards Lipia as well. There's a lot more going on than a lot of us
Pissed.
realized.
I will assume so.
Also, if you would allow it, you see he has one more spell slot left. You watch as a little handful of berries appears in his hand, and he feeds one to Rook.
Tasty.
The fact that Anya's staring at Rook now.
These days. Oh my god.
So yeah, he just feeds Wonder, and he's like, when he says that, what does Anya do? I'm sorry, I just had to go pee for a sec.
It's fine.
What?
It tilts its head at you, confused.
At who?
And Anya.
She's just staring at it like, did you just... Her head tilts to the side.
What?
Also
What is
giving a confused look to Rook. I heard it again.
Heard what?
Her voice.
What voice? I heard nothing.
She kind of like hugs. She kind of like hugs Rook a little bit.
He kind of like nestles into you. He seems fine.
Yeah.
I heard it from Rook.
He looks at Rook for a sec, and then he shakes his head. I heard nothing. Look, maybe we've all had a long day.
Anya, you would know that the spirits usually never talk, so this isn't them.
It can't be the spirits. It's not the spirits. It's some.
Look, maybe because he doesn't believe you. He didn't hear anything. He's like, maybe you're just hearing voices. Believe
No.
me. And he taps on his temple. I know more than anyone about that. Trust me.
No.
Perhaps you've had a long day.
No, I know what I heard. I know what I heard. I know I did.
He like, I'll give you your space, and he kind of just walks back up with the group, still staying behind them all, but.
She kind of her ears kind of wilt.
Anya, roll me a nature check.
19.
You paid attention to your tribal's legends. In some instances, and this is very rare, when the spirits may sometimes choose someone out of a clan, and that person, that wolf or whatever beast, becomes more in tune with nature. To the point of even some legends and some tales told around the fire say understanding animals.
She kind of looks down at Rook and nuzzles, and she pauses and realizes this. But no, not possible. I was exiled. I'm not even part of a pack. Oof. She kind of just nuzzles Rook and is kind of lagging behind.
Where do you guys return to?
We're gonna return to the inn we've been staying at, or the place we've been staying at.
The home of the fallen and the...
Yeah, the home of the
Homeward Fallen.
That place, please.
Probably best if we go back there.
Yeah.
As you guys walk through the city, you see knights on cleanup detail. And as you guys arrive in, you see someone, Vidana, waiting for you, sitting down at a desk. I was wondering how long it would take you to get back here.
We had some unwelcome interruptions by a certain knight.
Yeah.
The guy was an asshole. Why is it that everybody here are such assholes? I don't understand it.
Thanks for the assessment, person I just met.
Silica, leave it.
Oh, you're welcome.
Fine. It's just. Have I got something to tell you about that asshole?
Is it that he's working Do tell, I was curious about you, so I asked the good captain of the guard.
Me?
You know, I don't know which is worse. John or whatever the fuck his name is.
Lipia just glares at John, glares at the mention of John and tightens her fists. Tightens her fists angrily.
So, you are the wolf pack. You are the ones who are credited with collectively with saving the young prince.
Yeah. Yeah, that's us.
I'm just kind of not paying attention.
Neither is Armin.
She
One
goes to
thing we
find her own
can-
space.
They
One thing we
better-
can say.
They better
The-
pay attention. Sorry.
What was the name of the asshole again?
Jonathan Wellington.
Jonathan
Lord
Wellington.
Commander Sir Jonathan Wellington, to be exact.
Of
Oh, how fucking pretentious.
I know, right?
of our less than ideal companion, Sir Wellington. He knew that the late prince's body, had been moved without looking in the coffin at all. And he
And
seemed
furthermore,
surprised.
Oh.
You said that out loud, so
Yeah.
Yep.
Zelka, go ahead.
no, that was gonna be exactly what Selka was gonna follow up with, is that he doesn't seem surprised.
Well, what do you think happened to the young prince's body?
regardless of whether or not it was moved regardless of whether or not Sir Wellington moved it or not, the fact he's trying to frame our friend for defiling the tomb is rather scumbaggy.
It gets worse.
Oh?
Yeah. Do you want to know why he had me stay?
It would
Why?
be most enlightening.
He wanted me to spy on you all.
Oh,
That would make sense.
that's marvelous.
That would make sense. Wellington is not the fool he shows himself to be.
Yes.
No, he's just a
He
racist
knew
asshole.
about other things about me. Except for one particular thing. She chuckles lightly.
I mean, he very well may know about that and just didn't decide not to reveal his cards entirely.
Oh no, he does not like Henjokai. She would have been dead if he had known.
Exactly.
Also,
Wait,
by the
how
way,
do you?
let's just say my conversation with the good captain was quite informative.
Yeah.
You can roll an insight if you want.
No. She believes her. She believes her. It's like,
This
Anyone want to roll an
entire
insight on
city is-
that?
It's just one big giant headache.
The question?
go back.
Natural 20?
That isn't out of malice. That's more out of, yeah, they had a conversation, but there's, like, more emotion than she's letting on.
Ooh.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Ah, great. You know what?
Leave it be. Leave it.
If you are disgusted by about my emotions towards my husband.
No.
No.
Oh!
We're fine. We're fine there. We're fine.
I am not disgusted whatsoever. Honestly, no offense, miss, I do not care. The sooner we get out of the city, the better. I already dislike it. I haven't even been here a full week.
Olympia says, I don't want to leave Ethan here.
Quite a jump to conclusion of this city, no? You've been here for a day or two, yet you
And in
judge it
that
so
time-
harshly.
And in that time, we have been
Oh.
assaulted, framed, and been had racism poured on us in droves. Yeah, I think we have a right to be not appreciative.
The entire city did this to you.
It's not the entire city. It's
The
just
entire city puts up with No offense, ma'am. Your asshole of a husband.
No, that is
No,
not
no,
her.
no,
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 no.
no, no.
No.
That is
No.
not her husband.
I-
That's not her
My bad.
husband.
I would
Retcon.
sooner.
Oh,
Okay, one second.
retcon,
No, no, she
retcon,
looks at you.
retcon,
No, no,
retcon.
she looks at you. If you're talking about Wellington, I would sooner pour concrete down my vagina.
My
Bro.
apologies.
We weren't talking about cards before.
When they're all done laughing their heads off, apologies, ma'am. I misunderstood your earlier statement.
I am
Mm,
married to a good
besides-
captain.
Besides, Lippy, we wouldn't leave here without John anyways.
Ethan.
I'm not John.
Ethan! Ethan! Fuck
Ethan.
John!
Besides,
John.
you came here for a purpose, did you not? You wanted access to my libraries.
Yeah, that is why we're here.
Or
For some of us,
Uh,
yes. Others,
yeah,
so much. Though, another
agreed.
thing, if I may, he also said he'd be able to remove my curse.
Your curse? I was not aware of this.
Wow.
Yeah, I was cursed by, have you heard of the Silent Death?
Officially, they're a bandit organization. Unofficially, they have become more than a nuisance.
It's...
Omen also visibly tenses up at the mention of the name.
I'm an ex, potentially joiner of said organization. They, wanted me to kill the prince. I refused.
That is very dangerous to tell me, a stranger you just met.
I'm aware, trust me, but I'm trying to change.
Admirable. Now, as for the library, I am willing to offer access. The king, for all his power, I ultimately have the final say. As well, I can override him if I damn well please.
Well, that's not concerning at all.
From your
That's
tone,
definitely not concerning at all.
from your tone, I do believe you're going to ask them something of us in return. It's only fair, I suppose.
You have an idea of the kind of person my husband is. You're a person of who Wellington is.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust Wellington as far as I could throw him. He has, some dangerous grand desires.
I will allow you a day in my libraries. Tomorrow. Within a week from today, I will allow it when the city is done cleaning up from this unfortunate mess. However, I would all like you to work for me before I grant you permanent access.
Alright, what do you want us to do?
What does any person who schemes in a capital want?
Friends?
What'd you say, Roderick?
No, this is just me being stupid.
Information.
Information and allies, I would assume.
Precisely. I would prefer that we become allies, as it were. I will do what I can about your friend, the Good Knight, but I cannot do everything.
That's
I
fine.
would like it if perhaps we could collude on a way to remove our rat problem.
Say no more.
That's good.
I'm guessing that's Lord Wellington we want to get rid of.
And to be fair, and to be 100% honest, that's an insult to rats.
You underestimate him, don't you? She looks at you, Omen.
No, I do not.
Yet you speak so arrogantly.
I simply make statements. He is a powerful.
Statements are very dangerous in a capital.
He's a powerful man with powerful allies, that I do. And seemingly some form of seemingly divine protection.
Not
And he has
divine.
Magical,
Magical.
not divine.
You know that? You know?
Let's just say this is not the first time he has meddled in my affairs.
Oh. Right, this is becoming personal, right? Let's fucking kill this man. But
No.
I am saying this out of character, but
Let's just say... the old adage, an eye for an eye makes the world blind, doesn't apply if you cut out both eyes at the start.
more likely to work with you than him, to be quite fair. So,
Oh, by a mile. We have a deal then.
You do not
Well,
speak for
at
the
lea-
rest of your group.
Well, at least you have my agreement.
And I do have business
Fine.
with the... I do have business with the fawn.
Ooh.
Exactly what would you like to... What business do you have with me?
The kind that you do not want said in front of others.
I'm getting sick and tired of the city. Alright, fine, whatever. Cool.
Jacob, she sent you a message mentally.
Ooh.
Look, you want to talk? We can talk. As if we already don't have assholes breathing down our necks. No offense. Might as well throw in another one.
she's not an asshole. She's more reasonable. To be quite fair.
So, this person has been proven to be extremely powerful. You might want to watch your mouth.
I have to agree.
Maybe you should not be as, aggressive.
She looks at the rest of you. If the rest of you are in...
Hold on. You're right. You are right. I need to go lie down for a bit.
You may do so, but you will want to hear what I say. It pertains to a question asked by a colleague of yours.
Ooh.
Oh.
Goody.
If you'll excuse me, as Armin walks away.
Discuss amongst yourselves my offer. Celica, I need you in secrets. Your first secrets of the campaign, buddy. Nope, I did the wrong tab, my bad. Celica, are you there?
No, you're...
Yep.
I'm here.
This high elf looks at you again. You weren't there for this question, but she looks to be in her 50s or 60s physically, which means she is very old for a high elf.
Mm.
You seem rather quick to judge something. Rather quick to judge the city at a small bit of time here.
Like the others have said, when you kind of have all this other stuff go through, it's kind of hard to sit back and actually study and research this entire city.
It is harder for you because your tribe does not. Because your tribe is a very different civilization with a very different culture. Your tribe is
That's what-
admirable. They have maintained peace longer than any of us ever have.
Yes, and we continue to try and strive for that.
Strive, but you can't force it upon others. You judge it based on by the standards of yours, not by the standards of what is. Sol was also one such individual who did as much.
Even I know that he can't go and force such a thing on others, and he's always been such, well, a bit more
Free-spirited.
free-spirited at that, yes.
I have had several conversations with them. He asked me a very particular question. He wanted to know the origins of, well, let's call it the affliction of pigmentation. In case I'm listening in. Yes, he told me. It was in his defense, it was the only way I could. He thought it was the best way to get an audience with me.
I suppose that's fair. In someone in your profession, time is pretty important.
I live in a capital. It is not an ideal civilization. And I have been alive as long as the republics were. Well, they had their faults. They were less chaotic than this. These days, I seldom get time to myself. An undead attack at the city does allow me to be away to deal with cleanup that is already done.
Exactly how much did he tell you?
He told me enough.
I'm going to beat his ass when I see him next.
I would
That's
wait.
the point.
I would wait on that. He asked me to investigate the occurrence in your people.
One, I am going to more than willingly wait for that. I want to hear him out as well on his position before I decide to do so. Honestly, knowing him might be for the best.
Invite him. I researched a bit after he showed me his abilities.
Okay, that one will definitely go through and deserves a smack upside the head.
You should be thankful to him. I know it was part of your mission to find out what happened.
Look,
how much do you know about constructs? Roll me a history check.
Okay. And by the way...
Religion, my bad. History.
I won't be... You said religion or history?
Of your choosing.
I won't be grateful until I see results.
Why do you think we're having this conversation?
Also...
I was going to give it to him, but he has not been in the city of late. Your disguise is well placed. My eyes have been adjusted to see past such illusions. Constructs have existed for a bit. They actually have a god. One by the name of Enhira, the goddess of logic. Her domain is within the realm of neutrality. She does not favor good or evil. Rather, she favors what sounds logical for the quote-unquote greater good. Her realm... she is, like, considered a goddess amongst constructs and Warforged.
Hang on. Give me a second. Can you...
I will DM it to you.
Yes, please.
Have you ever heard of... how much do you know about constructs?
Honestly, not much. Well, aside from them having a god.
Yes.
And that god going through and doing what's logical.
Yes, that goddess has become rather more... as constructs have become more common in this world, so too is the worshippers of Inherent Realm. As such, there have been many sites that have changed. What do you suppose happens when other realms intrude upon ours?
I'm not sure. I have never really encountered anyone who's been from another realm.
It leaves an impact on the life around it, in most to fit what is there. I have done some research because this has been an academic curiosity to me. I had no idea that these had opened up. But in but in a certain location, it seems that through my research, I found that in each country there have been 4 occurrences, not 3 other occurrences. One in Otha, one in Paragua, and one of Ornington. All of which seem very similar to your tribe's affliction, shall we say.
So Orthgar.
I am not sure why this happened to your people, but I know your people are not alone. If there was life surrounding these occurrences as the one near you, then there may be others like your tribe.
I suppose that is a possibility.
Yes.
Not one that wouldn't be too far-fetched or illogical to have that happen.
I can only do so much here. But this is my current leading theory. Whatever caused the change in your people, I believe that these rifts, as Sol called them, this rift, I believe it to originate from the realm of Inhina herself.
That would explain why Sol went over to
Otha, yes. He wished to investigate.
I can only hope that whatever message I sent out can reach him in time. He knows that in investigating stuff like the Sugar Kai, or at least a larger group to go and research, especially when going into a foreign country.
As you well know, he is very headstrong.
Unfortunately, I love him, but they are very much headstrong.
They are. However, you're not too unsimilar to him. I gave him this advice. I hope you follow it. Do not judge a culture by the bad experiences. It is very easy to remember the will and evil of this world. Search for the kindness of the individual. Perhaps that will give you more purpose. And I would rather recommend keeping your secret from your party. When you trust them, reveal yourself. I will not spill your secret. I have respect for your tribe. Their history is fascinating. As a scholar, I have an academic curiosity towards them.
When the time comes when I know that I'm ready, if given permission to even do so, then I will decide to do that.
That is your goal.
Sure I trust my party. But in the thick of it, my trust is more on my tribe than it is on them.
As it should be. Thank you for your time, Selic. We'll just say Celica for now. I must return to my husband to help with the mess that my former protege has made. With that, she begins to walk out the door.
Very much so. A mess that we are in, indeed.
Alright. Let's go back to General.
Okay.
You guys meet up in the lodgings you were staying at in the home. You have some things to discuss.
We've been discussing it.
Yeah.
Wait. I almost forgot. I didn't get a chance to give these to you. Roderick will kind of like bumble off to his room, and we'll walk back with. Shit, how many are there are those again? 7, 6?
There's 6 of us.
There's 6 of us.
6. He'll run back with he'll like his hands will be full of like 6 like what look to be normal like bracelets in his hand essentially, but he'll start handing out these leather straps, each of course having the colors that were shown.
Armin's in his room, so you'd have to go to his
or whatever room he gets at the Vagabond's place.
Yeah, Anya's
so-
somewhere else
Yeah.
too.
Ah, you suck.
This
Ah, you suck.
look
Yeah, you
amazing. I love it.
Well,
Roderick.
I'm gonna go try and find the others so they can get theirs. But
Wait,
this is
did
for
you
you
make
guys.
this?
I was gonna say, did you?
Well, last night, I kind of stayed up just a wee bit on the way back and kind of carved them.
They're
Oh.
beautiful.
Ew.
They are beautiful. Oh, right. Roderick.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to go out for some ale later?
Probably after a little bit of rest, cause
Yeah, this
I-
is during the day, mind you. You guys are a full
Yeah.
day ahead of you.
Hence,
Uh,
later.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go take a short rest after I give the rest of the team, cause I'm a wee bit hurt.
Alright.
Of course.
Careful.
Alright.
Everybody needs one.
Well,
Just
Yeah.
be careful.
yep. Roderick, you will find the others, but for one last secrets before we close session, I would like to ask you to join me in secrets.
Oh,
Oh,
well, fuck.
No.
Anya, where do you go?
I am going into a silent corner of the building. No room, if there isn't any. I just want to lay and curl up with Rook.
As you do, you hear footsteps approach.
I look up.
You see the vagabond. Hey. I just finished reorganizing my people. I want to check in with you.
Is everyone okay?
They are. The attack was rather swift. The knights did well, as I'm sure you did as well.
She does look very rough. I'm at 9 HP still.
Key cards wound you. You heal for... Okay, you heal for 11.
11? Alright,
you
that
roll
brings me
max.
up to 20.
If you rolled off at max.
I'm still below half.
I know, but that's the most you can do at this point.
I know. Thank you.
Yeah, you have to tell me what's wrong.
I don't know.
Your pup is quite concerned about you. Woof. Very concerned.
I think I'm just going crazy. What is it you call it? Insanity.
Why?
I thought I heard Rook talking.
He does.
What?
I was a solar and Hina before my fall. I do obtain some abilities from that.
I don't know what that is.
The goddess of nature.
Okay.
You're not going crazy. I know of your tribe's legends.
You do.
I know plenty of nature.
And you believe me?
I do. But that's not what you're afraid of, is it?
What do you think it is?
I know the weight of what this means. Do you?
I can't believe it. There's no way. I'm not even part of a pack. Not any of the beasts can.
When I was a being of higher power, I believed that I was destined for greatness, and so I sought it out. I believed my convictions right by matter what I was. That my actions, no matter how horrible, for the greater good. Greatness, it is not just for those who seek it. It is meant for those who do not want it, who know what comes with it.
And yet, it chose me. Why?
I cannot answer that. I have long since lost touch with the spirits of old. Ma'am.
Her head turns straight to Rook.
I heard it too.
It's the fact that he called her mom.
There is a place within the mountain of Zarga, in the mountain behind near Julatin. It is a forgotten place by your people. If you wish to see if you are worthy, go to the deepest depths below the mountain. You will find something there. Go when you are ready. Go when you feel as though you are ready to. I cannot tell you more than that. In the meantime, though, he takes off his bandana and wraps it around Rook's neck. I think he should match you in clothing.
I think he looks better without it. But thank you.
You're welcome.
And she kind of just nuzzles Rook, and
Love
there's
you.
this quiet whimpering.
Love you.
Love you too.
The Vagabond puts his hand on your shoulder. Rest well. You have earned it. He walks off, and we go back to General.
All right.
Oh,
Who's
they're
now?
back. They're back.
The rest of you guys go about your day. Nothing is open today, as everything is meant for cleanup.
Yeah, fair.
Later in the day, Lord Commander Sir Jonathan Wellington is honored as the hero of Julatin.
Oh, fucking course. Oh, fucking course.
Don't worry, we'll get him back later. We'll get him back and tell the truth.
We got the quill treatment. we got the quill treatment.
He gives a speech about what an honor it is, and that he did it simply for the duty of serving the city that he loves. And you and all of you smell the bullshit with every fictitious and deceitful word he says.
Boo! Boo! Boo!
Ooh, I say.
Boo!
There is no formal announcement made about the king's brother's tomb being empty, though.
Of course.
Where did? We should probably check on Ethan then.
It's a thing
We
now.
can't. He's been arrested.
You can visit him. He does, you know,
Exactly.
Visitation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just
Only
Yeah.
one of you could probably
Only we
visit,
could.
I would say. Two of you at most. Who would like to join her?
I'll
Who would like to join her in visiting Ethan?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Mm,
I'm
Celica
gonna
will
try and do
go.
my own thing.
You are presented in front of his cage, where he has been stripped of his armor.
done.
Hey.
Hey. Okay.
I still hold my honor. To a true knight, that is more than the air he breathes.
Don't worry. We'll find a way to get you out of here.
You needn't bother yourself, Lady Lipia. I am more happy that you and the rest of your pack are safe.
You're part of our pack. Whether you know it or not.
It is also good to see you as well, Sadaka. Thank you for visiting me.
Not a problem. As she said, you are part of the pack. We're gonna find some way to get you out of here. And at some point...
You are in a guard
Well,
tower. Choose your words carefully.
At some point, you will be-
maybe... Just maybe we'll be able to see the light day of the city.
You have seen a terrible man in it. All terrible men corrode.
Men.
Yeah.
Any singular evil can corrode what is good. It is the duty of every citizen to look beyond the corrosion of evil and to see the light of good, so that the light can outshine the corrosion. I firmly believe that.
It's a good analogy there.
Lipia smiles and says, I believe it too. Hey, Ethan. I heard a voice during our fight with the beholder, the zombie beholder, and the
A voice.
yeah.
Lipia.
Hmm?
You think it's wise to discuss that with him, with the other,
Whether it's wise or not, it's just it wasn't a bad voice. It was just. Wait, you're telling me to shut up?
No, Alice.
All right. You
Jesus.
were telling. It was just telling me to have its guidance. I didn't understand.
If it almost sounds like you've been contacted by a Celestial. If that's the case, then knowing you is perhaps a higher honor than I have ever known.
Guess so. I'm choosing to trust it and go with my gut.
Yeah.
That path leads me.
Take care, Lady Lipia. Best not
And
to
you.
linger longer than needed.
She smiles and bows.
As
You
she
too.
as you leave, Lipia, he looks at you, Sadaka. You are a good friend. You are very loyal. It has been an honor to know you as well, Sadaka. Thank you for the honor.
Although it sounded like you're gonna be quitting out on us just yet. Just you wait.
In case I
Or
don't.
you're gonna go... Well, we're gonna find a way out to get you out of here, one way or another.
If you do,
You better believe it.
If you do, then I owe you a debt I can never pay. All of you. Take care, Sadaka.
You too. And
You guys
thank
walk
you.
out.
And thank you for all that you've done.
The honor was mine. With that, you guys walk out and you see Thorin at the guard tower. Oi, wait. Come here, lads. Come here, lasses.
Yeah.
I'm not a... You know what?
It's a term of phrase.
Okay.
It's a term of phrase. We don't really have a
okay.
gender-neutral term for lad or
You're
lasses.
saying it's a literal dwarf.
You know,
then
that is
go with
fair
it.
enough.
Yeah. Now, look. I just want you to know that not all of us believe what Sir Mother Goodfuck says.
Trust me.
I
trust
suppose
me.
that's fair.
Oh, trust me.
No.
We know the truth of the matter.
So do I. And I'm a dwarf. And while stereotypes are racist, they can also be right. With that, he hands you guys a bag. He hands you guys a gift wrap box.
Hmm.
Do you open it?
Celica would open it.
Inside is a golden medal that says the true, ingrained on it is the true heroes of Julatan.
Oh.
Aww.
Aw,
There are 6 of them
I-
in total.
Lipia just smiles.
Hey,
You.
I know how to work a smith.
She-
By the way, there's one. By the way, there is one in particular for Ulman.
Oh? She.
Do you turn the this one? Turn the back. This is going to
Yeah.
be great.
Oh no.
She
Zalika
does
would go and turn back. Oh,
It
go ahead.
says the greatest foreboding bitch.
Yes.
That's great.
That's great.
Make sure she gets that one. She makes sure she gets that one. I did. I never got her that drink I owed her. I hope this makes up for it.
We will.
Thank you.
Take
We're
care.
most, we will. We most definitely will. And by the way, Thorin, I really do want to thank you for these, and well,
I would.
for being one of the few people within the city that actually, I guess, what a more barbaric person would say, being a cunt.
Oh, I'm alright, cunt. I'm a dwarf.
You're one that can be tolerated. Regardless, though, I have a long feeling that our work isn't done here. Not yet.
Lass, you're in the city. The work is never done. But for now, take this moment. Don't let such good fuck mother ruin it for you.
Oh, trust me, that man should not be trusted as far as anyone can throw him.
And what think you think I do, lass? Now get to
You
going.
know,
No, I don't think you do. We'll
you
see
know what, Thorin?
Thorgrab.
If it
or that.
a third crab. By the way, should we ever find good fortune in the near future within the city, something that's really big, you know what? You go. If you know the strongest drink out there, I will be more than happy to give it a shot.
I think that's all you can handle, lass, but okay.
She
Eh.
chuckles and says,
Get even out, and I'll pour a shot for each of us.
"Yep,
Now get going, you
Alright.
two. Now get going. Don't want to get
Come on.
lingering eyes.
yep. Come on, let's go, Celica."
All right, let's get out of here.
Like,
You guys all meet up later.
yeah,
Omen.
and,
Omen. Lipia, do you hand out the medals to everyone?
yes, I do.
Roderick, you
Guys,
see?
we have a surprise.
You guys see them return with a box.
Ooh, what's in the box?
Bought something while you were out, did you?
Actually, no, we were given it.
Oh.
As yes, Lippy opens the box and hands out
You
each
see,
of the medals.
Omen, as you're handed medals, you see on the back, the greatest ominous bitch.
To which you just respond, son of a... In a friendly way. Just like,
Yeah.
Change it. Change your name right now. Change it in Discord right now.
I will do it later.
Do it.
If you give one to Armin, he just looks at it. He's like, he sticks in his pocket. He's like, I'll wear the Goliath strap. I'm not wearing this.
Probably isn't a good idea that we wear these out. Probably isn't a good idea that we wear these in the public anyway. We might get called traitors.
Exactly.
In
But,
what shape are they in?
Circle.
yeah, circles.
She looks at it and tries to eat it.
Oh,
Rook actually joins you in that. Funny enough, Rook actually joins you in that.
Don't try and eat it. They're not edible.
It's no James.
Lipia chuckles and says, "Hey, look, how about this? I will."
You're quiet again.
Sorry. Hey, Anya, Rook, how about we get some meat?
She looks at Rook.
Okay,
King?
before this,
Before you leave to do that, there is something I want to share with you. This is something I've only ever shared with one other person. But after today, I feel that you've more than earned my trust. I likely would have died in there if it weren't for you. So she reaches up, unclasps her mask, away from her face. Underneath, you see the red skin on her face, a large amount of eye makeup as well. There's black eye makeup, black lips. And you see, she pulls down her hood, and you see her hair is long and black, but tied up in a bun to keep it out of the way. If she was to let it down, you'd imagine it would be about waist length and straight.
Jeez, that's long hair.
And you also notice on her face, from the top of her left eye down, basically curving slightly to the right above her mouth and straight across her nose, meeting the other one, these two huge scars. And my real name is Alicia.
Nice to meet you, Alicia.
Armin's just kind of looking at you, just like, because he knows already.
Yeah, this is the second time you've seen her face.
I know.
And I will put it in art.
You all see
Alright.
Alicia's face for the first time.
Oh, wow.
She kind of hot.
Yeah.
Armin goes up to you, and he says, Armin goes up to you, he actually puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, I never got the chance to say this before. Scars are never something to be ashamed of, Omen.
It's not that I'm ashamed of them.
You've been hiding them for so long. I didn't want to assume, but I was the
always
first person you showed it to.
I was always afraid they'd be used to identify me. I do not. Where I got them from does not shame me, but it doesn't change the fact that to a person who knows these scars, I'm guilty of treason, of murder in the highest degree. I saved a village from a corrupt lord, and then his son caught me. I saved a village from a corrupt lord with a dagger and his son caught my face with his blade twice. I could never go back there. Not that there's much there to be anymore. Not that there's much there anymore. The silent death sort of that.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well,
You weren't there
he
for
just
this,
looks
Livia.
at you. He looks at you, and his eyes are like a little bit almost softer, despite how they look. And he says, "We all have things we're running from, things we can't go back to. You're not alone, Alicia." And he like walks away.
Oh,
Thank you. Amen.
it
What is love?
We got your back. We got your back, Omen.
Happened
No matter
in-
what happens, no matter who you are, we're here for each other. That's never going to change.
we are a
That
pack.
being said, should there be a storm that comes our way, they'll be damned. They'll be all damned knowing the fact that we'll be standing there trying to push it back.
The irony that the current track that's playing is Before the Storm.
I know, right? Exactly.
Dude.
We are a pack after all, are we not?
Yeah.
We don't really have an alpha, but we're still who we are. And I think that's okay that we don't have an alpha for right now. We're still learning the roles of where we fit in this pack, this clan of ours. Whatever we choose to call it. And I believe you've earned my trust as well. My name's not Lipia. It's Maltaza. My name is Maltaza.
What the fuck?
Do you say anything on you?
Why? What would I have to say?
All right.
I'm weeping in the corner. Let me weep in my corner.
In that case,
Oh, that's great.
6 strangers. Oh, okay.
Oh.
No, go
Cell
ahead.
looks at you all. And I suppose I won't lie, you guys have probably been the strangest groups of people that I've ever met. And while my trust isn't, I don't entirely trust you all just yet, completely. I haven't been with you guys that long, that is. I do trust you enough to at least go and let out one of my secrets. My name's not Celica.
What?
Half the people in this group are using false names.
Shh. Guys, quiet.
Alright, for it.
I know my tribe may not be happy at the fact that I'm going against them on this particular matter, but that doesn't matter at this moment. You may remain to call me Celica if you wish, but my real name is Celestine. Nothing more, nothing less.
It's a pretty name.
It is indeed. But I've never got me curious about your clan, but I won't pry any further.
I would be most thankful for that. I would delve a bit further into my clan, but while we're remaining within here in this city,
It's
it would
best
only
don't.
it would only cause much more trouble.
Yeah.
I understand.
And thank you, Lipia. I appreciate the compliment. You all have, well, you all.
Okay, guys. Calm down. Let's continue.
I'll explain why I just burst out laughing in a moment.
Go ahead. Continue, Celica. Continue. Go ahead.
Anyways.
Give me a second.
Just to recover from that.
Because I was gonna say I know exactly I'm gonna end
Yeah.
this.
You are, Omen, Alicia, Mataza.
Yeah? Just call me Lipia if it's too much to remember.
Every single one of us here are people that have interesting paths behind us, and have interesting secrets that we keep that we have from one another. But I will say this outright: we are probably the most damn oddest groups of individuals out there, and I could never be more happier than to run with you guys. So, I thank you all, despite me being an asshole.
You're not
But Armin's the biggest asshole. Armin, where are you?
Gone.
I want to give
Armin's
you-
gone.
Oh,
He's
shit,
already walked
onto you.
away.
Alright.
Note to yourself, I need to give him a hug later.
You're not an asshole, Silica, as Lipia just hugs you.
The camera fades out to overview of the city.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Group hug?
Yes!
Not here.
Anya,
hug
do you
like in that
participate
one.
in the group hug? Anya,
Do what?
do you
If you don't participate, you're going to get pulled in anyway.
Yeah, she wouldn't want to at this moment in time, but she gets dragged in and she'll feel like, okay, whatever.
Okay, this is my life
Big
now.
hug, lips, y'all.
Okay, this is
Still
my
not
life now.
there.
Alright, so the camera fades out to an overview of the city. 6 random strangers who had met at a tavern not even 2 weeks ago. Now a group, a pact, a clan. They have suffered victories, they have suffered defeats.